books in the history.
The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Klein Electric, Catholic United Financial, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back and good evening from Williams Stadium here on Des Moines East Side. Mark Hemmedale, Matt Mandering, John Scheidel. Game one of the high school football playoffs. Tonight is Sioux City East at Dowling Catholic, and you're listening to the pregame show here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, and we hope later getting hooked up with the Central Iowa Sports Network to simulcast. But right now that is not happening, and hopefully we'll be keeping you posted. But tonight, Sioux City East and Dowling Catholic. Matt Mandering, John Scheidel, welcome back after having a week 9 off. Glad to have you here.
Well, it's a pleasure to be back, Mark, and I look up to the press box and see you nice, warm, and cozy on this playoff.
It's already going
start
sideways.
to the season. This big game here between Sioux City East and Dowling, but no, it's football weather for sure.
It is, and you want the game conditions now, or do you want me to just prolong it, Johnny?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure. 38 degrees, folks. Feels like temperature is 30 degrees. Northwest wind, 15 to 25 miles per hour. And you going to interview somebody already, John?
No, Doc Zachary is giving me a little history lesson here.
He's got that long coat. I'll let him give you the history lesson. But, yeah, it's a cold night. And, Matt Mandering, it's high school football playoffs. Yeah. First round here on a Friday night. Dowling, the number 2 seed. Sioux City East, the number 15 seed. Two teams that haven't met in a while. We had the other Sioux City team, Sioux City North, last week. The Black Raiders, as they're known, come in with a record of 5-4. Dowling's record 8-1 during the regular season. Throw all that out. That was good for seeding.
Right.
Throw all that out. It's survive in advance, and this is the first round of 5A. What a night.
You know, it isn't too. When we get here at East, you know, it is always cold. It seems like this time of year, and it should be. You know, we're heading here towards the end of October, and it's football weather. And you know, this is what it's like playing football in Iowa. It's kind of fun, and as a coach, you know, you want to be playing at this time of year, so it's okay. You'll work through this, and it's just a lot of fun to be here. And you know, the pods that are set up, this is going to be fun to watch this all play out.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's quite the road here. But you can't look ahead. You got to take the care of the business that is tonight.
That is true. And, of course, Matt, you're referring to the pods. Everybody's in a pod. So the winner of the Dowling-Sioux City East game will take on the winner of the Johnston-Ankeny game, and we hope to keep reports updated with that score. That is Pod B. Pod A has Linn-Mar of Marion, the last seed, number 16 in Class 5A, at number 1 seed Southeast Polk tonight. The winner of that game will play the winner of Cedar Rapids-Kennedy at Cedar Falls. So at least somebody is indoors tonight, and that's the Kennedy-Cedar Falls game.
Yeah. And then you go down to Pod C and you see Valley taking on Pleasant Valley at Pleasant Valley, and then Prairie at Cedar Rapids, you know, at Waukee. That's an interesting matchup right there too. And then Centennial Waukee Northwest. That one's, you know, Waukee Northwest would be the higher seeded team.
That's correct.
But Centennial is going to give them everything they got, I think. And then Iowa City High and Bettendorf, which is a toss-up down there too. And it's a balanced field.
And that game, City High and Bettendorf, is a rematch of the regular season game. That game was at Bettendorf, and City High won. So that knocked Bettendorf down one spot from the top, and it kept City High in the playoffs. So lots of little things happening on Week 9. That was one I thought was most interesting. But, yeah, the winner of this game of Dowling and Sioux City East will take on Johnston-Ankeny winner. And then once those teams meet next Friday night, then it's reseeded for the Final Four, the semifinals and finals. Boone and the Iowa High School Athletic Association will do that. And, yeah, it should be 1 seed versus 4 and 2 versus 3, but you just don't know.
No. They want to make sure all parts of the state get represented in some way. But I think in the end, it's been good. The way we were concerned about how the seeding was going to work out over the last few years, and over time, this has played out to be a pretty good system. One of the better ways to go about this that has happened over the last 20 years.
Hats off, because it never, for a long time. And,
right.
And as I told Coach Wilson, he kind of alleviated to that. You know, I've been doing this 40 years. The first 25 wasn't very good.
No.
The alphabet soup.
Yeah.
And you had a undefeated record, but you had to go on the road because you're on the wrong end of the alphabet.
Right.
That was not right. But
No.
those folks have no longer, and they have the RPI system, which based a lot of things. Record is one, strength of schedule, strength of your opponent's schedule, and so on. I like that. It was modeled off I think it was somewhere in Colorado, and they came up with it. Works great.
Yeah,
and,
it does.
And
getting to just playing on Friday nights, because there was there was that period of time there where we were playing. You could play on a Friday, then turn around, play Thursday, and then Monday. And, we had kids playing 3 games in a matter of about 10 days, which they don't do anywhere else. And so this is, credit to the association, because this has been a good setup.
Again, you're listening to the pregame show here at Williams Stadium in Des Moines. Mark Hamadale, Matt Mandring, John Chido. And I see John's done with his interview with Dr. Zachary, so we'll bring him back into the foray. That was a quick one with Dr. Zachary.
Well, he's giving me the history was Dowling Catholic. Last time they got beat by Sioux City East was 17 years ago at Hoover Stadium. It was first round of playoffs, and he was kind of going through the history of that and the rivalry they've had with that.
Johnny, I remember my nephew was the wide receiver for Dowling, and that was Tom's first or second year. Tom
2006,
Wilson.
Right?
Yep. Yes, it was. And that was a tough pill to swallow, but the Maroons got beaten that first round. But Sioux City East comes in. They won 3 of their last 4 games. They were beaten last Friday night in their final regular season game as Johnston went up to Sioux City East and defeated them. So they had their winning streak snapped. But I'll tell you what, they're a good team. They're coached by Mike Winkelpleck, who is for you Dowling fans been around a while. That's the Heelan Winkelplex, and he said they all hate him at Heelan now because he took the Sioux City East job, and he's just in his second year. But that stuff sometimes happens. But all right, John and Matt, let's take a look at the matchups tonight. Johnny, we'll start with you. The Dowling offense, and a little banged up last week in the final regular season game. Not going to mention that because I don't want our stuff to be used as somebody else's scouting report for a future game. We'll get a little particular about that, Matt. But Dowling's offense against the Sioux City East defense, are they going to put 4 hands down? They're going to have a 5-man front? Johnny, your thoughts on that matchup?
Well, they kind of do a mixture of mostly a 4-man front when it's a 2-back situation. When Dowling has a fullback and a tailback in the backfield, they'll go to a 5-man front at certain times, a 3-man front when it's passing situations. But one in particular to look for tonight is when they get that 4-man box, 4-man up front, and Dowling does a 1-back situation. They spread them out. That gives the numbers for Dowling to run. Even though with only 1 running back in the backfield, they still will have the numbers because it creates a 5-man box. And I think that's a number game that offensive guys like to play that game and see where they have the advantages and attack that. So I think you'll see a lot of spread situations that we do with a 1-back scenario and create a 5-man box. And I think that's Dowling's going to try to attack that with the running game and the short, quick passes. And like we've been talking about all season as well, is get off to a good start, get that tempo, and go fast and with the execution and stay away from those penalties and being behind the chains.
All right. And, Matt, we'll go to the Sioux City East offense against Dowling's defense. And Dowling's got some changes on their defensive line tonight. Mason and Isaac Beaver get the start. Owen Penns will start at nose guard, but Zach Smid will move from rover to a whip linebacker for lack of a better term. Keevy Fort normally starts, but he's been injured, and Ian Middleton is going 2 ways. So we're going to see Smith start at whip linebacker and Parker Pearson moving from corner over to rover. So that's a change. But what are we going to see out of the Sioux City East offense?
They are a passing offense, and out of the year, 2,319 yards passing. Just a comparison, that's almost double of what Dowling has thrown through the air. So they're going to try and isolate people and try to move the ball through the air, take shots. They know they're a heavy underdog, so who knows what's going to happen as far as trick plays, gamble. They come out here with nothing to lose, everything to gain. And, Cal Jepson, the quarterback, he's got pretty good stats. As I said, he's got 19 touchdowns, 163 for 281. And then Miles Weger, he's rushed it 118 times for 597 yards and 9 touchdowns. And he's also caught for 325 yards. I think they are a pass-first, run-second offense. And it'll be interesting. You know, Parker Pearson's one of those guys that has just earned his way onto the field somewhere. And he was rotating in when Kenny James or if Kruger was out, and then he came in and played and did a heck of a job. And I think they just needed to get him on the field. And then with Kenny and Kruger at the corners, then that gave him a spot. But now Kruger's going to rest tonight, and then he will. And in his place is going to be, it is Jack Scow, I believe.
Who has not played corner all year.
Right. So he's going to get a little test tonight. And so some of that's, you know, and with the pass-first offense, this is going to be something that's going to test this defense. The one thing about this defense is they have been fast all year and able to get to the quarterback. So, you know, it's going to be how much pressure how many times do they need to bring an extra guy? You know, and I think that's going to be determinant upon how much coverage they're going to play, how much can we pressure the quarterback with just our front four.
Well, the Dowling defense has forced 18 turnovers this season. They forced 5 fumbles and 13 interceptions on the year. For Sioux City East, they forced 9 turnovers on the season. 5 of those have been fumbles, and they have 4 interceptions. So we'll see which team can cough up the football, make the other cough up the football in this cold weather as we're in the 30-degree situation. But, Johnny, before we go to head coach Tom Wilson, any final comments from the field?
Well, I think you need to take care of the football like you guys mentioned, and offensively just keep that tempo and get off to a good start. And you know, you want to, number one, get out of this game healthy, but you want to start quick, you know, and that tempo is going to be key, and be able to finish drives. And if it's been a tale of 2 halves, like we talked about, if the Allen could put together 2 good halves, I think they're going to have a lot of success tonight.
And I think to play off that too, the one thing about when it's cold, I always think that leans to the run game, and gives the running team the advantage. And the other side of it is that the running team generally keeps the other team off the field longer. And when that passing team sits on the sidelines and gets cold on nights, it's tough to get loose again. But if you're going to play tempo like they want to do sometimes, and if they get into a rhythm, that plays to their favor. So it's long series, grind it out, keep them on the sidelines, keep them cold.
Yeah, that's a great point, Matt. And, you know, when you're in those situations where you're a passing team and you go those 3 and outs, and then you're sitting on the sideline for a while because the other team's offense eats up a lot of clock, that puts a lot of pressure. That's a great point.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take a break here on the pregame show. Coming up, head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic. But first, I want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio here on Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, along with Dental Associates, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization. Our thanks to Klein Electric, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Catholic United Financial. And, of course, our Red Zone sponsor, Bozen the Florist. Say more with Bozen, 515-244-ROSE. That's 515-244-7673. Bozen makes the moment mean more. Our studio producer on Iowa Catholic Radio tonight is Brady Grimm. I'm Mark Amadale alongside Matt Mandring and John Chido. Coming up, head coach Tom Wilson as we preview the Class 5A first-round district football game in the Iowa High School playoffs. It's Dowling and Sioux City East here at Williams Stadium. Back for more pregame after these messages.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Catholic United Financial, a member-owned, not-for-profit financial services company that connects, protects, and generously impacts the families, parishes, and schools in Iowa communities. For over 145 years, Catholic United has helped build stable and secure financial futures for Midwest families. Learn more about how Catholic United Financial can help you and your local parish. Contact Tara Weiss or Peter Orm at 1-800-568-6670 or visit CatholicUnitedFinancial.org.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One has convenient locations right in your neighborhood. From unexpected illnesses to regular checkups, Mercy One is here for you. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale now joined by head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic, as tonight is the first round of Class 5A district football playoffs, and it's Dowling hosting Sioux City East here at Williams Stadium. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the playoffs. You got the number 2 seed. since we talked to you last, we kind of knew it was all coming, but it was all official last Saturday morning. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mark.
Well, you take on a Sioux City East team, which I think you haven't played since right around COVID or right before COVID, so a different type of team. We'll get to more on Sioux City East, but talk about the draw and talk about the pod that you're put in, because tonight's winner will play the winner of Johnston and Ankeny.
Yeah, to be honest with you, this is one of the first times that we've got it right. We thought we were going to play Sioux City East. There was some movement in the final week, with Bettendorf getting beat and Prairie beating Iowa City West, but it didn't impact us or our seed in any way. And then, as you mentioned, the winner of this would play the winner of Johnston Ankeny, and both of those guys are good football teams. Obviously, we know more about Ankeny since we saw them pretty early in the year. Johnston, honestly, probably has as much talent as anybody does. So that'll be a good ball game. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out. But as I've told our kids, let's just worry about us, and we'll go from there.
Well, Coach, last Friday night, the win in the final regular season game put your record at 8-1 going into the playoffs, a 43-9 win over another Sioux City team, Sioux City North, but that was a game in which you had 42 seniors cross the field with their families for their final home game, and that's always very emotional. I'm sure it was for you. You kind of shared some stories. There's many more out there, but you shared a couple of them, and a big win. And we had one of the young men on, Steve Hauschelt, scored right in the fourth quarter. He was a great interview on the post game, but a lot of memories, and this group has put in a lot of time, and they got to enjoy it last Friday.
Oh, they really have, and I was glad to get an awful lot of kids in. We were working to make sure we got our seniors in first, and you mentioned Steve Hauschelt, and a kid that's been in the program for 4 years, has worked hard, is a great kid, and just the look on his face as he ran back to the sideline after he scored a touchdown was it's a great feeling. I was happy for him, but there's so many of those kids. They've put in time, they've put in effort, and really they've put the team first. So they've been an absolute joy to coach.
Well, and quite a few. And as I said last year, Coach has been doing this a long time, and very seldom do you see even 30 seniors on a squad. Once in a while, you might see in the upper 20s, but it seems like more and more stay out. And that's a credit to the program, the coaching staff, and the kids that are cultivated. And I'm talking about Dowling Catholic. 42 seniors is unheard of in this day and age, and that's a credit to you and the coaching staff, because the kids want to be around you and each other.
Well, it's been great, and not every class is like this, to be honest, as you've alluded to, and the ones in the future, they're not going to be 42 strong, but this group has been fantastic, and just to be around them every day. You get, we mentioned Stephen Hauschelt, but a kid like Joseph Paulson, and I mentioned John Martin last week, Keegan McEwen. You don't hear their name on the radio all the time, but their value to us is tremendous. And so there's so many of those kids that I could talk about, and that's really that's what our banquet is for, and we'll get the opportunity to do that. But I just enjoy every day we've got around those kids.
Well, Coach, last week you lead 22-6 at halftime. It was kind of one of those games where you're just trying to get through it, obviously, get the win, stay healthy, and you led at halftime, and you finished out with a 43-9 win. Got a lot of kids in, but one thing came to fruition, and Rashad Davis, 3 touchdowns. That gets the spotlight, but he'll credit the offensive line, and it's a senior-dominated offensive line as you look at it now with Shelton back in there. And what a game he had, and you were able to get the reserves and a lot of the kids in during the second half.
Oh, we did, and I think Rashad has been willing to certainly compliment those guys up front, and I'm certainly proud of their progress. They've come a long way since we got started in late July and early August, and then you throw in Ian Middleton and Jackson Miller and the job that they've done, and Smid came in and gave us some nice carries as well, and so then Ian Middleton got a few carries, and we know he can carry the ball. It's just those other guys that are carrying it are pretty good as well, so you'll probably see that more out of Ian in the future.
And Coach, finally, just to recap the Sioux City North game as you broke down film, some kids we may have missed. I know we talked about a lot played because it was senior night, and the game was what it was. But your thoughts on some kids we may have missed that graded out pretty well?
Well, really, we mentioned a lot of the seniors that were able to get into ball games and get carries, and we talked about Hochschild, and that part is really important. But then you start bringing some kids in on the offensive and defensive lines. A kid like Jake Slade, he plays in our PAT field goal team, and he's a backup guard, and he's a senior, and kind of part of the personality of the team. Kids like Dakota Beener getting in there. Dakota's a fantastic kid and plays right tackle and has been a terrific team guy all the way through. So it was good to get those guys in there and get some minutes in. And obviously there's many others, but another kid that's kind of an unsung kid is Gabe Reinhardt. Gabe does a lot of things for us, plays some safety, plays some outside linebacker, is really important to us on our special teams. He's a good player, and we feel like we can put him in there, and he can play winning football. But kids like that don't get their name announced enough, but they're really, really important to us.
Busy with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic before tonight's Class 5A District Playoff game, Dowling hosting Sioux City East here at Williams Stadium. And we'll talk more about tonight's contest with the Black Raiders from Sioux City East. Following these messages, this is Mark Hamadale here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale. Continue my conversation with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic. It's Dowling Catholic hosting Sioux City East here at Williams Stadium, the home away from home for Dowling Catholic football here in the postseason. And Coach, you're back at Williams Stadium. I know the people at Des Moines East and Grandview University have always welcomed a playoff game here, and it happens to be Dowling, and here we are again. And great to be here, by the way. Love their facilities.
It's been great. We've been doing it for several years now, and they've always treated us very well, and I think it's lucrative for them and their concessions and things like that. So it's been good, and I don't want to change a good thing, so we've just kept coming back here when we can.
Well, Coach, tonight you take on Sioux City East, the Black Raiders. Head coach is Michael Winkelpleck, and he's a Heelan guy, and had a great conversation with him earlier this week. But he's taken over this program. He's the second year as a head coach, got a young group. They finished with a record of 5-4, and they made the playoffs as the 15th seed. Talk a little about the Black Raiders. What team do they remind you of here in Class 5A that you've played either this year or recently? Because I want to say, do they have that Heelan look to them by now?
I don't think they have the Heelan look to them by now. They're more of a spread offense, throw it quite a bit back out of the backfield. They're going to spread us out, and I honestly they're similar to what you would have seen last week against Sioux City North, and in their approach. I've seen Johnston enough on film; they remind me of Johnston a little bit. Obviously, minus the Simpson kid that Johnston has, but they'll spread us out, and then. Defensively, they're going to be a four-man front. We get the end of the game into the half. They might be in a three-man front, but I think they're going to give us quite a few looks. Their defense honestly reminds you a little bit of our own, and it wasn't too hard to practice that throughout the course of the week. They do some things differently, coverage-wise and whatnot. But I would imagine they're going to crowd the box quite a bit, try to stop our running game, and then we'll take it from there.
And offensively for this Sioux City East team, they're led by a sophomore quarterback who you saw last week too. But Cal Jempson is a sophomore quarterback, and a young man named Miles Weger. And Weger is a known name in Sioux City, had a tremendous career with his one of his relatives, and they can throw the ball. So the skill positions, they really can throw it around. And what's going to be the test for the defense, for the Dowling defense tonight, just trying to, as you're spread out, trying to accommodate that?
We need to win the line of scrimmage like we always do. If we can get pressure on the quarterback, maybe that can get some turnovers in our favor. But they do have good young skill guys and good players. We hope we have the advantage at the line of scrimmage. Honestly, our defense needs to communicate and get everybody on the same page. And if we can do that, that'll go a long ways in us having success.
And defensively for Sioux City East, they start three freshmen, a couple sophomores in the mix, and some juniors and maybe a few seniors. They're a very young defense, and you mentioned they'll put four-man front rather. Talk about their season and what you see out of them. I know this young man, the Will linebacker, Jacob Breifogel, is a sophomore, and their leading tackler is out for the year, and he was a freshman, broke his leg against Ames. So this is a very young defense. You don't see this in 5A very often, and they're not two-way players. They go two platoon.
Really, those young kids are good players. I started noticing one or two, and I look at the roster, and I thought, boy, they're playing a couple freshmen. Well, then by the time we got done calculating them up, they were playing, freshmen and sophomores, and really, I think they're pretty good players. The Freifogel kid that you mentioned, number 24, he'll be on their weak side linebacker. Most of the time he's outside. I think he's a nice player. The one that got hurt, Claiborne, number 5, was a freshman safety linebacker type guy. Unfortunately, he did get hurt, but he's going to be a good one too. So, a young team, especially on the defensive side, and hopefully we can keep them having learning experiences and by doing our things. But, no, I think they have a great future.
Hey, Coach, finally, tonight the weather's going to change. It's going to be colder. We had a beautiful night last Friday, senior night, and now the weather's going to catch up with this. Colder, windy, threat of rain all day, and then, who knows, might have some tonight. But does that make an impact? Because, as you mentioned, special teams, taking care of the football, all the things that go on for a game that you want to be successful, that could change with this weather getting colder and kids reacting a little bit different.
Well, it does. Throughout the year, we've had, for the most part, great weather. And, we've had a little bit of rain and things like that. But, it's playoff football in the state of Iowa, and you got to be ready for all different types of weather. And I think our kids are ready, and they're looking forward to playing and hopefully play well.
Coach, best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you at halftime and during the postgame, and appreciate your time in the pregame.
All right, thank you.
Head Coach Tom Wilson has been my guest here on the pregame show. Dowling and Sioux City East tonight here at Williams Stadium on Des Moines East Side. This is Mark Hamadale. Matt Mainring and John Chowder return to the broadcast as our pregame continues here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Father Lawrence Liu. Catholic radio is a precious gift because it places a Catholic voice in your homes, in your cars, wherever you might be. St. Dominic would pray as he walked and as he traveled throughout the length and breadth of Europe. Now, as we travel and wherever we go, Catholic radio can help us to keep our minds focused on the things of God.
Iowa Catholic Radio is needed now more than ever. Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Erica Schaefer from St. Augustine's in Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel. Online anytime at iowacatholicradio.com.
And welcome back to Williams Stadium on Des Moines' east side as we get set for postseason high school football here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadeo, Matt Mandring, John Scheidel is Dowling and Sioux City East. And, gentlemen, you heard from head coach Tom Wilson. Matt, it's Dowling taking on a very young Sioux City East team. First time in the playoffs for some of these kids, but Coach Winkelpleck, he's going to build that tradition, and this is part of that, and it's getting through a team like the number 2 seed Dowling Catholic, so it should be a great game.
Should be, and they're going to come out, and again, nothing to lose, everything to gain, and for their kids, this is their Super Bowl, and it's their chance to go out there and upset one of the best teams in the state. And you can bet that's what the coach has been feeding them over there in Sioux City all week long. So it's about coming out here and taking it series by series, play by play, and trying to gain some momentum for his young kids.
All right, John Chowder, you're down on the field. It's not warm tonight, but your thoughts before we have kickoff here as the captains are out in the field.
Well, like Coach Wilson mentioned in the pregame interview you did with the Mark, you don't know what to expect with the elements in playoff football at the state of Iowa. So you have to be prepared for everything. And it's cold, but it's not as windy as we thought it would be. So I don't think that's going to be much of a factor in the passing game. It's going to be interesting to see how Dowling starts, whether they start on defense or offense, and how do they set the tone for the game tonight.
All right, let's go to Father Reed Flood with our pregame prayer and a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School. It's Dowling and Sioux City East coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School. Welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School football. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting football, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And welcome back to Williams Stadium on Des Moines' east side. High school playoff football, the large schools, Class 5A. It's Dowling Catholic hosting Sioux City East here at Dowling's postseason home field, Williams Stadium, the home of the Grandview University Vikings and Des Moines East. And I'm Mark Amadale alongside Matt Mandring here in the press box. John Scheidel out in the elements as the game time temperature of 38 degrees. The feels like temperature is 30 degrees with northwest winds of 15 to 25 miles per hour. And, Matt, that is the tale of the tape. It's chilly, but it's high school playoff football.
It is high school playoff football. There is a little wind coming out of the north here, and Dowling deferred, won the toss, deferred. So Sioux City is receiving, and we are about ready to kick off the postseason. So here we go.
No question. And back deep for Sioux City East, Richard Stewart and Dane Milton. Milton wears number 3. Dowling going left to right, north to south, high end over end kick. Schumacher boots it, and it's caught at the goal line by Milton, and he gets across the 10, and that's where he's going to be stopped right about the 14-yard line. It'll be first down Sioux City East. Perfect kick by Schumacher because, Matt, where he caught it at, if he would have let it go, it was a touchback, but where he caught it was like just inside the 1. That was returnable, and the Maroons pin him back.
It was, and that was a good, I don't know if that's strategic or not, because he had to whip the win, and Schumacher's got enough leg to get to the end zone, so I think that was an intentional thing. We have Matt Hanton and on the stop there, and so a big way to get started for the Maroons. They have them deep in their territory.
All right, first down, Sioux City East. Line of scrimmage, the 14-yard line. They are going into that win, right to left, back to throw. This quarterback, Cal Jepson, he fires it out, and the pass is bobbled and caught. And
then fumbled.
Michael Williams had the catch, and Dowling thinks they got it, and I believe they do, as officials stop the clock, and the Maroons get a fumble right off the bat.
And it looks like off the bottom of the pile, Owen Pins came up with the football. So it is first down Maroons on the quick pass. he had enough of a possession, and I couldn't tell who came up. Johnny might be able to catch it. Who came up and knocked the ball out? But Owen pins on the recovery, and that sets up the Maroons' 1st and goal from the 8-yard line.
Johnny, who do you see?
Yeah, so Matthew Hanton. So the ball was bobbled to begin with, and then Hanton closed in on the hit, and then the ball was put on the ground. And I think you're right, Matt. It was Owen Pins that came up with the ball at the end.
All right, Cataldo with the handoff to Rashad Davis from the Sioux City East 8-yard line. Rashad bowls forward down to the 5. They'll spot him down, so it'll be 2nd and goal, Dowling on the Sioux City East 5. So the Maroons can take advantage of a turnover early in this contest. And, boy, how big was that kickoff return and pinning him back, man.
Yeah, that's a big play. Jacob Breifogel on the stop there. And on the fake on that thing as Jepson came out to pump fake it, and then Manhattan comes up, knocks it loose. Owen Pins jumps on it, and away we go.
All right, Cataldo at quarterback, low snap, and now stoppage of play. And we'll see what this is all about. Let's hit the Dowling offensive line. The left tackle is Kyle Rockers, left guard Joe Fralak. Max Shelton is the center, and the right guard is Nate Agos. Isaiah Seymour, the right tackle. The tight end is Will Leifker, Charlie Darnell, if they need a second tight end, and Ian Middleton in at fullback. Out of the pistol, handoff Rashad Davis, and he slices inside, touchdown right over center. Max Shelton leading the way, touchdown Dowling, and it's Rashad Davis from 5 yards out.
And he had a wedge in there on that right side in between Agos and Shelton, and snuck through it, and then there was an opening for him, and he kind of trotted into the end zone there, and it couldn't end up any quicker. 2 plays and a touchdown for the Maroons. You get the turnover, and for Sioux City East, this is about as bad of a start as you could think of at the start of the game.
Yep, 2 plays and 8 yards, and now the extra pick. Schumacher to kick, and the penalty flag down, and now they're going to redo the kick as clock was stopped. Offside, Sioux City East, and Dowling's going to go for 2.
Yeah, you get the extra yardage here, and it gets tempting.
So offside Sioux City East, that'll move the ball from the 3 down to the 1.5 yard line. The Maroons are going to bring their offense back. Dante Cataldo at quarterback, along with Rashad Davis at tailback.
So it's half the distance. So from the 3 yard line, you got 1.5 yards here now to get into the end zone.
Pistol formation. They give us to Rashad Davis over to left side. Touchdown. Nobody touched him. Touchdown, or 2-point conversion. Good. Excuse me. 8-0 Dowling. 11 minutes to go. So it takes the Maroons 1 minute to go 2 plays and 8 yards after the fumble recovery. Dowling leads at 8-0 over Sioux City East. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a segment about small Catholic innovations that made a huge impact from the OSV Institute for Catholic Innovation. Back when water was difficult to purify, beer was actually the standard drink because the fermentation process killed harmful bacteria. But it wasn't all that tasty and didn't last very long. This is where Catholics upped the ante with 2 major contributions. The first came from monasteries, where monks needed heartier beers to get them through long periods of fasting. So they experimented with flavorings and techniques to make it more robust. The second contribution came from St. Hildegard von Bingen. She's the first person credited with using hops in beer to preserve it. And it didn't hurt that hops added great flavors too. So you can thank Catholic innovation for beer. Learn more about what OSV Institute is doing to inspire and encourage Catholic innovation at osvinstitute.com.
And welcome back to Williams Stadium on the kickoff by Dowling Catholic, fielded by Sioux City East. And once again, they field it and they get about the 10-yard line. And instead of settling for the touchback, they run it out with Richard Stewart, and he is hit and dropped at the 10-yard line, Matt. 1st and 10, Sioux City East, as Dowling leads 8-0. As the Maroons score on a 5-yard run by Rashad Davis, and then 2-point conversion run by Rashad puts the Maroons up 8-0. Matt?
Joel Sanko there, I believe, on the stop for the Maroons, hustled down the field, and very little return. 7-yard return, 8-yard return, and they're in a hole again.
All right, now Sioux City East with the football on their own 10-yard line. They started on their 14-yard line last time, and now we've got flag on the play, and that'll be procedure against Sioux City East. Matt, we had some things happen earlier today with the boys and girls state cross country up in Fort Dodge.
We need to take and give a big shout out to Coach Ives and the boys cross country team. Again, state champions, I believe for the third year in a row. And Jack Flory, we'll get it after this play and name all those guys off and what they did.
Congratulations to Dowling boys cross country team, state chance. Back to throws. Cal Jepson fires over in the corner. Pass is incomplete. He tried to hit his tight end on a quick out pattern. And that was Michael Williams, but it's incomplete, Matt.
Yep, there to break it up. So, again, for the boys cross-country team, Jack Flory in fourth place, Max DeRocher at 12. Matt Bootman, Owen Wolf, and Josh Mohan all came right clumped together, which helps that victory. And then Nicholas Paulson and Brody Burr, out there for the rest of the team, and just quite a day in Fort Dodge.
All right, on second down, and now here is Jepson again, and he slides up to the 6-yard line, so he gets a yard on the scramble, the young sophomore, and he might have been shaken up there. He's kind of holding his left wrist as he took the slide, and it'll bring up 3rd and long for Sioux City East. 3rd and about 15.
Yeah, he just kind of ducked under that. He saw the world coming at him, and he said, I'm going to slide into this one.
Cal Jepson, the sophomore quarterback for Sioux City East. 3rd and long, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left, and from the end zone, fires it out on a screen pass. It is caught by Miles Wegner, and he spins around and is up to about the 5-yard line. Loss of 1 after he caught the ball. The Maroon jerseys surrounded that, Matt.
Yeah, they did. They had that play read right from the start. Jepson threw that ball from about 6 yards, 7 yards deep, and in the end zone, and just lost yardage on the screen right away.
5-yard or 1 yard loss.
Punting to the wind now.
1 yard loss. Now the punter for Sioux City East is Jacob Burrell, and he averages about 41 yards a punt. So not a bad punter, but he's looking at the end line and almost snapped over his head, gets the grab, and he kicks it away. It might have been partially blocked. Dowling will let it roll at the 20, and it'll roll at the Sioux City East 26-yard line. Maroons will have 26 yards to go. And again, taking advantage of excellent field position as we go to John Chido. Dowling leading 8-0 with 9.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And John Chido, you're on the Dowling sideline. So fumble recovery by Pins, a great kickoff both times by Schumacher, and then the Dowling defense holds here, Johnny.
Yeah, Schumacher has been a great weapon, placing that ball not once but twice there. Inside the 10-yard line, and Dowling's defense has just been playing downhill these last 2 possessions. Very aggressive, and it's worked out for him.
All right, Cataldo now with the handoff, and that is Rashad Davis right up the gut. He goes, still on his feet, and he slides forward down to the 16-yard line, and he's near a first down, and they're going to give it to him.
Manasseh Kasango gets the initial stop there for Sioux City East, and brings Rashad down, but Rashad danced through there, gets the first down, and this Maroon offensive line is just dominating that front right now.
All right, pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right, Dowling going left to right, north to south. They have the wind at their back, 15 to 25 miles per hour on this 38-degree night. Handoff Rashad Davis. He goes left side, kind of follows his blockers. It looks like he's just almost walking up there, but he just reads his blockers very well and gets it down to the 12-yard line for a gain of 4.
I know I was talking to Coach Meeks today, and sometimes he says that he's almost too patient. And you don't say that too often about a running back, especially with the speed that Davis has. And but there he just showed it, and he is patient. And I think in the long run it does pay off, and Coach Meeks agrees.
All right, second down for the Maroons, and back to throws. Cataldo throws in the end zone. The pass is caught. Curtis Horace, touchdown on a quick slant. Horace was the slot receiver, and Hank Brown was the wide receiver. And from the right side, Horace, a quick slant from the right side, touchdown Dowling from 12 yards out.
Touchdown, and Horace found the crease right in front of the safety behind the linebacker, and Jepson put it right, Cataldo put it right on him. An easy walk-in touchdown for the Maroons, and quickly we're not sure what we got going there on the extra
got a penalty flag. They I don't know if they're going to set it up. Johnny, you were on this Dowling sideline. That was a tremendous play.
It's another offsides there again. I think they're going to go for 2 here again, Mark.
Yep, half the distance. So Extra point is done from the 3-yard line. Half the distance is a 1.5-yard line. And, Matt, the Maroons are going to look like go for 2, but they're missing their skills. The big guys are out there. The linemen are waiting for the skill positions to come back. Here comes Rashad Davis, Cataldo, and Middleton. So we're going to have a fullback. Tight end is Leifger. And we'll have 2 receivers right, tight end in the right, and Dowling going for 2. As the Maroons lead it 14-0. Here's the snap, handoff to Rashad Davis, and he just walks into the end zone. Touchdown, 16-0 Dowling, as the Maroons lead it with 8:19 to go, first quarter. Dowling 16, Sioux City East nothing here in the first round of the Class 4A football playoffs. Mark Hambadale, Matt Maindring, and John Chido will return after this 1-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Throughout history, our Lord has shown us that He is truly present in the Blessed Sacrament. Experience these wonders for yourself as Iowa Catholic Radio presents the Vatican International Exhibition Eucharistic Miracles of the World at St. Joseph Catholic Church in Winterset, now through November 1st. Learn more about how you can bring this beautiful panel display to your parish, school, or faith-based organization by calling 515-223-1150 or visit iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hello, this is Father William Felix from the Diocese of La Crosse. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at Williams Stadium on Des Moines' east side, home of the Grandview University Vikings and the East High Scarlets. Mark Hambadale, Matt Maindring, John Chido. Kickoff by Dowling, fielded by one of the upbacks at the 10 for Sioux City East, across the 20, and that'll be the Black Raiders' best field position on the return by Michael Williams, the transfer from Sioux City Heelan, and he gets it across the 20 up to about the 25-yard line. That's where the Black Raiders will start, 1st and 10. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline, and the Maroons taking advantage of tremendous field position tonight, John Chido.
Yeah, they sure have, and we talked about in the pregame, got off to a good start. It all started with special teams. Schumacher being able to kick the ball and pin Sioux City East deep in their own territory. In the defense, they've been very aggressive downhill, getting after the young sophomore quarterback, and Sioux City East is just, I think, you want to try to flip this field position, Mark.
Well, they're having a tough time there on first down, Matt. Everything went backwards. The line of scrimmage was a 25, and after that play, it's back to the 21-yard line, everything going south, literally.
Mason Beaver just blew that play up as he flew through the line there. And here's the thing with the youth, and we'll mention it more when Dowling's on offense about the youth of that defensive front, but it is becoming evident here as this game progresses.
All right, 2nd down and 14 for Sioux City East. Here is Jepson back to throw. Pumps once, now runs out of the pocket, being chased. Running laterally, fakes downfield, fires it out, and the pass is caught on a comebacker near the 30-yard line, but out of bounds at the 31, they'll rule him.
Nice play for Jepson as he rolled out there and ended up getting that ball, I believe, to John Yates out in the flats as he did come back, saw his quarterback scrambling and did a heads-up thing and came back to the football, able to get some plus yardage, and here it is 3rd and 5.
Well, Cal Jepson, the sophomore quarterback, 5'9", 165 pounds for the Black Raiders. Now a sidearm pass that's caught, a lateral pass, but maybe a yard as he's run out of bounds. Receiver on the far sideline makes the catch and shy of the first down. And, Matt, that'll bring up 4th and long for Sioux City East.
Yeah, no gain on that play, maybe a half a yard or whatever, and it's 4th and 4, and they send the punt team out there. And one thing about this unit here is they're not afraid to go after to try to block a punt. Now, Dowling does have 2 guys back. They've got Trey Wilson and Matt Kerner back. And so it looks like they're setting up the return as they drop another guy as a shield.
All right, Jacob Burrell averaging about 40 yards a punt. Kicks into the wind, and let it bounce, and Wilson will pick it up at the 41. Now reverses field at the 45. Coming near side, looking for the wall, trying to turn the corner at midfield, and he stays in bounds and finally runs out of bounds at the Sioux City East 47-yard line. So Wilson looking for blocks, but Sioux City East covered that very well.
They did, and it was. I'm laughing because when Trey got to the sideline over here, the near side of the field, he just kind of stopped and was waiting for some blockers to make some progress, and Sioux City ended up closing in on him, and he just steps out of bounds, and so he ran a long ways for about a 20-yard gain.
1st and 10, Dowling on the 47-yard line. We'll go down to John Chido after this break, but this is the third straight possession. Dowling starts on the Sioux City East side of the 50. 1st and 10, low snap. Cataldo has it, fires it out, and the pass is caught. Running with the football is Hank Brown after the catch. Runs towards the far sideline, gets outside the numbers and out of bounds inside the 35 down to the 33 of Sioux City East.
That's a quick hitter where Hank is just sitting there and going 5 yards, puts a foot in the ground, turns around, and Cataldo lays it right on him. And then he takes off and does what he does as far as getting those yards after catch and scatters through some Sioux City East players and gets out of bounds for a first down.
Dowling going a little bit of tempo here. We're going to say it's 1st and 10 Maroons at the Sioux City East 33-yard line. Dowling with 3 receivers right. Handoff for Rashad Davis right over center. Slips a tackle. Now inside the 30. Down the far sideline he goes. Breaks a tackle to 20, 10, and inside the 5. Knocks over the pylon. They're going to rule him out around the 1 or 2 yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Dowling. What a move by Rashad.
It was.
I thought he had about a 1 or 2 yard gain, and he broke it.
He did. Jacob Breifogel, the sophomore defender, had him and hit him, but didn't wrap up good enough, and Rashad just bounced off him, hits the edge, and runs down to about the half-yard line, the 1 yard line.
Okay. All right, 1st and goal Dowling, and they go right up the gut. Touchdown, Rashad Davis over the left side, and he tacks on another touchdown. That's his second of the night as the Maroons extend their lead to 22-0, pending the extra or the 2-point conversion here, Matt.
I think it's important. It's going to be, they're going to kick this one, but I think it's important to note, the defensive front for Sioux City East is a junior, a freshman, a sophomore, and 1 senior, and they are just getting manhandled by that offensive line right now. Dowling shifts into a fake? I don't know what this is.
Well, it's not the swinging gate,
no.
But
it's a mess.
It is, and this is. Which one? This is
looks like Zach Smith.
It is Zach Smith, and he just takes it in for the 2-point conversion. Well, we call it the out of the shotgun, but it's the Wildcat. Johnny, can you concur on that?
I think it's more you go back to the single wing with the shift there, Mark, and the direct snap, just run over left tackle.
Was Coach Wilson going back to high school there with that one? What is that?
That's fantastic. That's Newt Rockney days right there.
We'll keep
Rudy
it here.
Time. Here we go.
And Zach Smith on the 2-point conversion run. So the Maroons increase their lead to 24-0 on the drive, which went 3 plays, 47 yards. And John Chido will just keep it here. We didn't get you involved because they were going up tempo, but that's the 3rd straight possession the Dowling offense starts on the Sioux City side of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and when you can start with those short field, it makes your offense so much better as far as play calling, doing the things you want to do. And Dowling, we talked about it, they're able to go up tempo, and have that tempo and get in rhythm. And when things are clicking like that, boy, it's a really neat thing to see. And it's just been a great night, great start for the Maroons.
Yep, 3 touchdowns by Dowling. Rashad Davis has 2 of them from 5 and 2 yards. And then Curtis Horace on a 12-yard reception from quarterback Dante Cataldo. And the Maroons on 3 2-point conversion. This time the ball goes through the end zone touchback, and the Black Raiders will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Mark Amadeo, Matt Maindring, John Chido here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network tonight. Early score is Ankeny leading Johnston 7-0. Up in Ankeny tonight, and the winner of that game will play the winner of this game 1 week from tonight, Matt.
Yeah, that's good. Exciting. Eyes start to turn that way as this score starts to climb. I do want to take a moment and give a shout-out to the girls' cross-country team, who is led by Molly O'Halloran today at State, and Liv Hall, Avery Mueller, Ariana Horace, Braylon Gifford, Elise Hugrich, and Abby Zeigert all ran well for the Maroons.
All right, 1st and 10, Sioux City East. Quarterback Jepson will keep it, and he slides his way across at the 20-yard line for no gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. He's not taking any chances. When he sees a defender, that quarterback goes down.
Yeah.
All right, pistol formation for the Black Raiders, and they give it to the tailback. And turning the corner is Miles Weger, and he gets across the 20 as they run a little sweep to the right, and he gets outside the hash, and it's at the 25-yard line, so bring up 3rd and 5 here for the Black Raiders.
They pulled the tackle on that play. Luke Vanderwitty, the senior, the 6'4", 295-pound senior, and he kind of leads the blockers there as they go around the corner for Weger and gets a couple yards and sets them up for a 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 5, we'll call it. 2 receivers right, and Jepson looks near side. The pass is caught on the lateral pass. Quentin Ashcraft, the holder on special teams, a sophomore with the catch, but he'll lose a yard back to the 24-yard line.
That was well played by Jake Scow out there. He comes to, Dowling as the corner now, replacing Kruger, who's resting with an injury. But Scow came up, read that play, got the play right away. No yardage on that quick little out as Jepson found his receiver.
Yeah, Jake Scow, first time playing defensive back this year, has no tackles until that play. All right, 4th and 6 for Sioux City North. Bad snap. Now the punter's going to run with that. It's Jacob Burrell, and he's got the first down. He crosses the 30 and finally run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Well played by Sioux City East. He kind of faked like he was having trouble with the ball. He made everybody for Dowling clear. That's something you see in scouting, and he got the first down at the 36-yard line.
I'm not sure if that was planned, but it was one of those things where Dowling was putting the block on. They had pressure. They came after him, and they ended up running by him because he was bobbling the football for a little bit and then just took off around the right edge to the wide side of the field and got the first down.
So John Chido with that play, the leading ball carrier on the night for Sioux City East, is their punter, Burrell.
Yeah, and how aggressive Dowling's defense has been, and then their special teams, you're exactly right. And it was one of those over-pursues, and he was able to beat the coverage. There was no outside contain there at all, Mark. And then we just saw Jepson on the quarterback draw, same situation. They let the guys get upfield, and then he was able to break the pocket and had all kinds of running room.
Well, now Jepson is down as he slid, but I think he turned his ankle on the turf without contact.
Yeah.
And he is down right now. So the sophomore quarterback for Sioux City East is down. Our score 24-0 Dowling with 4:43 to go first quarter from Williams Stadium in Des Moines. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandring, John Chido. Again, every time the quarterback for Sioux City East runs, and it's a sophomore quarterback, Cal Jepson, he slides as he gets close to contact. He did there, and I thought I saw his ankle area kind of not given the turf, and that is what they got both personnel, the Dowling trainer and the Black Raiders trainer out there, Matt.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Mark. He went down like he was going to slide and just went down awkwardly, and it looked like his foot planted and gave on him as he was trying to get down. And it looks like they're going to get him up. We just hope and pray that it is just an ankle, that he rolled a little bit there. And he's getting off the field with some assistance right now. But I think you're right. I think that was a twisted ankle.
And hopefully he can respond. They will bring in their backup quarterback. Now, when I talked to Coach Winkelpleck yesterday, he did not give me he gave me the starters, didn't give me any two deep. So we'll have to see who shows up out there. Let's go down to John Chido. Johnny, give us an update on the sideline.
Yeah, going back to that the sliding with the quarterback is unique to perspective that I view. It looks like a read, when he's faking to the back and reading the end, but then coming around the end and then sliding. And I don't know how much you're gaining when you're doing that, but do you see that, Matt? When it looks like more of a read, and then the quarterback keeps it, and it's kind of out of the end. It's unique, something I haven't seen.
Right, and I'm not sure,
Well, they got Jack Ritchie in at quarterback, the sophomore.
Okay.
Wears number 21, and he will work out of the shotgun. Go ahead, Matt.
Well, I think this is their third-string quarterback, because Cason Claiborne, I think, was also playing some quarterback for him early, and he was hurt, and now Jepson, and then we're down to just,
Yeah, Ritchie gets the snap out of the shotgun, gives it to his tailback, and immediately Weger is taken down, Miles Wegner. Of course, his older brother, Brandon, played for the University of Iowa, also played for Morningside College, and he is hit back at the 35-yard line, a loss of 8.
And that really wasn't a handoff. That was kind of a toss. And I think Sioux City, that one's a little bit better.
And they give it to Weger again. He goes up the gut, up to the 40-yard line he goes, and he stopped right there on 3rd and 11. So strong
run by Weger, and coming up off the bottom of that pile is Kenny James. Is he got Weger down. It's 4th down, and they're looking over at the coaching staff, and they're going to stay on the field and go for it here as they're almost, they're at the 42, close to midfield.
Well, Weger lost 8, but he gained 7, and as you mentioned, it's 4th down. 4th and 4, Sioux City East. They'll keep Ritchie in, Jack Ritchie, the 6-foot, 140-pound sophomore quarterback, who, as you mentioned, Matt, the 3rd-string quarterback. And he's doing a check with me with the sideline. J.J. Gosh, the backup tailback in there. Gosh wearing number 23, a 5'9 senior, and now a timeout called by Sioux City East. So maybe they will punt it away.
The play clock went down to 1.
With 3:17 to go here in the first quarter, Dowling leading by the score of 24-0 over Sioux City East. And we want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio, as we appreciate them. Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, along with Dental Associates. Our thanks to Skeffington's Formal Wear, Klein Electric, and Catholic United Financial. Let's go down the Dowling sideline where John Chido is at. And, John, do you think they're going to punt it, or are they just going to get a better play in?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell. You're right there at that 45-yard line, right, where you can flip the field position and kind of get your backs away from what they've been dealing with, Sioux City East, this whole first quarter, and kind of, put Dowling back on their heels. So I would expect them to punt the football, Mark, but and it looks like they're going to.
Yep, they'll have Burrell back in there. And, again, Jacob Burrell, the punter, is their leading ball carrier. He had the longest run as they did a fake punt on 4th down last time. And Burrell picking up a pretty good yardage on that play of 12 yards, Matt.
Yeah, I think with Jepson in the ball game, I think they go for it here because they can throw the football. I'm not certain they can think Ritchie can throw the ball yet or is ready to.
Burrell boots the punt, and now here is Trey Wilson, and it's a fair catch signal for by Trey. He did have his hand up, and they're going to put him down right at the 27-yard line, and that is Dowling's deepest field position. They're going to start in their own territory.
Well, I'm not sure if everybody watched the Iowa game last week.
Oh, yeah.
But that was a quick whistle right there, wasn't it, Johnny?
Yeah, it sure was, and I think Trey's in disbelief, and
so is Coach Wilson. Yeah, he's out at. He's got a feeling of what Coach Ferencz felt like on Saturday. Right. I mean, they're trying to figure out where the hand motion was to signal fair catch, but oh well.
First down, Dowling at the 27 of Sioux City East, and the offensive linemen are out there, Matt, waiting for the skills.
Yeah, here comes Cataldo and company, and this is their longest drive of the game. Here is as you said, this is their deepest starting point. So. And then they go empty right out of the chute. So we're still in the first quarter, and it's 24-0.
24-0 Dowling, and a low snap. Cataldo looks right, throws right. Pass is caught. Nice reception that time by Hank Brown, and he's driven down just shy of the 30-yard line on the play as it went to the right side of the formation.
Dane Milton comes up and makes a stop on Hank right away and didn't let him get out. And that's one of those things where it's a 3-yard toss, and they're hoping Hank can break something loose, and right there Dane Milton didn't let it happen.
Yep, gain of 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 Dowling on their own 29-yard line. First time they've been in their own territory all night long as they've really controlled the line of scrimmage and the field position. All right, Cataldo with a pistol formation, 2 receivers left. Sioux City East showing blitz. Back to throw. Cataldo fires it out. And once again, a nice catch over there by Hank Brown. This time to the left of the formation. He'll be shy of the first down. It was a quick catch, and he's down at the 33-yard line, gain of 4.
And again, Dane Milton on the stop, almost the exact same play the other side. They went to the wide side of the field that time, trying to spread it out a little bit more, give Hank a little more space. And Cataldo hits him, and Dane Milton comes up and hits him right away. Minimal gain, but ends up being 3rd and 4, so manageable here for the Maroons. 2
minutes as we approach the 2-minute mark in the first quarter. Back to throws. Cataldo fires the ball out. The pass is caught, and that's Matthew Kerner on the reception and a first down. Quick slant. Kerner was a slot receiver, and he just stepped in. Quick slant, quick post-pattern field. Will from the right side and a first down Dowling at the 45.
A.J. Flemeister for the Raiders, the Black Raiders, comes out and makes the stop, but nice pitch and catch for the Maroons, and they start to move the ball.
12-yard gain, empty possession, back to empty backfield, back to throws. Cataldo fires it out, caught by Trey Wilson, and now he gets into Black Raider territory at the 48-yard line on the reception, gain of 7.
Daniel Dureo for the Black Raiders makes the stop as Trey caught the ball on the edge out there and then worked his way up the field a little bit to get to 7 yards out of the play and then went out of bounds.
So Bring up second down and 3 for the Maroons. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left. Back to throw Cataldo. Fires it over, and it's caught on a crossing pattern. Nice catch that time by the Maroons right at the 45-yard line. It's a matter of which receiver it was. Might have been Kerner. It was Matt Kerner.
Matt Kerner, yeah. Matt Kerner, and, talking to Coach Wilson during the week, Matt Kerner is one of those guys that's made some impressions and just continually makes plays in practice, and he's earned his way onto the field a little bit more.
Gain of 5. It'll be 1st and 10 Dowling. Up the middle they go. Rashad Davis breaking tackles, and he's finally hit and dropped.
That's Zach Smith.
That's Smith. Yep.
Yeah.
They rotated tailback. Zach Smith, the senior, gets his first carry of the night, and he gets near a first down. He'll be a couple yards shy.
And they're going hurry up here, and they get right to the line and go.
All right. Smith went the wrong way. Cataldo tried to hand it off to him, and he's hit and dropped in the backfield. Nice play that time by the Black Raiders, and number 56, Darian Anderson, on the stop.
Yeah, Cataldo turned around. He's talking to Zach Smith right now. He expected him to go to Zach's right, and Zach went to the left, and Cataldo opens up, and there's nobody there, and so takes the loss on the play. 3rd and long now for the Maroons.
Now a penalty to tack on Dowling, so let's see if Sioux City East accepts it.
Is it a hold?
Johnny, what do we have for the penalty?
They didn't quite signal anything, Mark. I'm looking right at the official.
And they declined it.
Yeah, because of the sack. So it's 5-yard loss on a play on Cataldo's sack, and it'll bring up 3rd and 8 for the Maroons on the Sioux City East 41-yard line. Dowling going left to right. Wind at their back. Empty backfield. 2 receivers left. 3 to the right for Cataldo. Back to throw he goes. Pressure's on. Rolls to his left. Fires over the middle. Down the far sideline. A pass is caught and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. First down Dowling. And he had his pick of the litter, if you will, Matt, and found the receiver on the far sideline, Trey Wilson, for the catch.
Trey Wilson's running a route just beyond the stick. So he'll go 2 yards beyond the stick and then work his way back to the first down marker. And Cataldo rolls out to his left, finds him in between the numbers and the sidelines, and that's a first down for the Maroons.
11-yard gain, 1st and 10 Dowling from the Sioux City East 30-yard line. And now a quick pass over to the near side, and that's caught once again. That's Kerner on the catch, and he's hit and driven down near a first down on the reception. Nice play that time, and you're right, Matt. They've went to Matt Kerner a few times in this drive.
They have, and right there, Hank Brown gets a nice block for him as they get the ball out where Kerner can make plays. And Kerner is one of those guys that can extend the field, too. He's got some speed and really can light up the backside of the defense.
9-yard gain. Now they give it handoff to Smith, and this time he goes to the right up the gut, and they make the mesh. First down Dowling near the 15-yard line. They're going to put his knee down at the 16 on a 5-yard gain by Schmidt.
And Breifogel again on the stop for the Black Raiders as he continues to make those stops. I think now we've reached the end of the quarter.
We did. We've come to the end of the first quarter here at Williams Stadium on Des Moines' east side. It's Dowling Catholic 24, Sioux City East nothing. First round of the Class 5A football playoffs, along with Matt Maindring. I'm Mark Hamadale. John Chido on the field tonight. We'll return for the second quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
I'm Father Thomas Loya, and this week on Light of the East on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, St. Augustine said to our Lord, "So ancient yet so new, how late have I known thee." A similar thing can be said of the Eastern Catholic churches by those who may not know about them, and also for many who have found a place with them. Light of the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Have you downloaded the Iowa Catholic Radio app? It's easy through the Apple App Store on iPhone or through Google Play on Android. Search Iowa Catholic Radio and download the app. You can listen to Iowa Catholic Radio Talk or Iowa Catholic Radio Music. Listening to Iowa Catholic Radio is easy.
And we're back here at Williams Stadium on Des Moines' east side. Second quarter underway. Dowling Catholic leading 24-0. Maroons have scored 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions in this first half. We start the second quarter with the Maroons on the Sioux City East 16-yard line, and a 1st and 10 for Dowling Catholic. Maroons going into the wind, right to left, south to north here at Williams Stadium. And now Sioux City East had an extra man on the field, and they're going to blow it dead. As they tried to get off their defensive lineman that time, Matt, but he just didn't quite they had the ball snapped at Dowling, and Darian Anderson couldn't get off the field.
It almost looked like he crossed the line of scrimmage to run off, and it was just an odd-looking thing. And now they get the other guy on, and here they go.
So 5-yard penalty puts the ball down to the 11-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5 for the Maroons. Back to throw. Cataldo looks in the end zone, has a man open, caught, touchdown Dowling Catholic. Beautiful play as he led his receiver that time. And the Maroons scoring after a play, and that's Trey Wilson.
Trey Wilson on I believe, Johnny, a little wheel route, right? The outside guy, explaining it to the fans, a wheel route is when the outside receiver is running either a post or something to the center of the field. The inside guy will take off and flare out and run down the sideline, and that's what Trey did right there. And Cataldo lays it over the top right into his hands in the back of the end zone, touchdown.
Yeah, and he hit him right in stride, too, which that was a bullet pass. You couldn't ask for a better place that he put that ball. But like you said, Matt, Trey was wide open there.
Cataldo with his second touchdown pass of the night. And now Schumacher in for the extra point. Jack checks from the hold, and the extra point is up, and it gets to the upright on the right side. Good. And Dowling has extended its lead to 31-0 over Sioux City East with 11:55 left here in the second quarter. And we'll take a break with the score. Dowling leading 31-0 over Sioux City East here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Dan Werner from St. Francis of Assisi Parish in West Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at Williams Stadium. Dowling going 12 plays, 73 yards, capped off by a Trey Wilson 11-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Dante Cataldo. Cataldo's second touchdown of the night, and now a fumble on the kickoff, and Dowling picks it up, and the Maroons have the football, and a great job in special teams by Dowling Catholic, and number 36, Aiden Ducharme on the recovery, Matt.
It was one of those pop fly kicks. Schumacher kicks the ball high into about the 15-yard line, and the Black Raider receiver, the ball, he has it for a second and it bounces through him, and Ducharme is right there to scoop it up, and now Dowling has the ball, and you can't advance that muff. So wherever he gets it, that's where the ball is. I believe that's correct on that. So you can't advance that muff, so the ball goes to the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Maroons.
First down, Dowling. The Maroons get their offense back out there. They'll work out of the pistol formation, and the give is up the middle to the tailback. And let's see which one it is. Is it Schmidt or Rashad Davis? He's hit and dropped as he crosses the 20 down to the 18-yard line, and it's Rashad Davis on the carry.
It is Rashad Davis on the carry as he danced up through the line right there, and pretty nice gain. Cooper Fritz on the stop. He's a 5'9", 190-pound freshman for the Black Raiders, as Davis got into that secondary there and has about a 4-yard gain on first down. And you notice in the last series, Dowling went almost strictly pass. They were saying, we're going to work on our pass game. We're going to go empty. And now Rashad had a little relax, or he had a series off, and now he's coming in to run the ball.
All right, Charlie Darnell, extra tight end on the left side. Dowling going right to left towards the north end zone here at Williams Stadium. Handoff goes Rashad Davis over the A gap between center and right guard, and he crashes down to around the 10 or 11-yard line. If you got to the 10, it's first and goal. If he's just outside the 10, it'll be first and 10.
Yeah,
and they're going to put it right about the 11-yard line,
yeah,
so gain of 9.
Yep, first and 10, and Ian Middleton had a nice block there as he led Rashad up the hole, and Ian Middleton is playing that, that flanker, that uptight running back, and he led right through the hole there. Rashad follows him, big gain for the Maroons.
All right. First and 10, Dowling from the Sioux City East 11-yard line. The Maroons lead at 31-0. Handoff once again, Rashad Davis, and he's hit and dropped maybe after a couple yards down to the 8-yard line. John Chada, we didn't get a chance to go to you because Dowling's going with that up-tempo offense, but we'll get you in here right now. What are your thoughts, especially after the fumble recovery by Ducharme?
The message has been special teams, and Dowling works on their special teams throughout the week of practice. They spent a lot of time on it, and it's paying off, and they're really taking advantage of some holes that have been in the Sioux City East kickoff return.
All right, Matthew Kerner split out wide right as the Maroons go with one back in the backfield, and that's Rashad Davis. Back to throw is Cataldo. Fires in the end zone, lobs it up, pass is incomplete. Penalty flag down right at the point of attack where the receiver and cornerback met, and we'll kind of get this all cleared up. The intended receiver that time was Matthew Kerner, who seems to be Cataldo's favorite receiver tonight, Matt.
Yeah, and they're going to call pass interference on Sioux City, and so it's a half the distance to the goal, I believe, on this. It's not a spot foul in high school football. It ends up being a 15-yard penalty, so it's half the distance, moves the ball to the 4. So it's 2nd and 3 for the Maroons here.
Correct, because Dowling can get a first down inside the 1.
Right.
They started the drive on the 11. So Dowling with 3 receivers left. And let's see where their tight end is at. No tight end, or one tight end is on the right, Quarterback Cataldo out of the shotgun. Give to Rashad Davis, right over center, slips a tackle, and now finally stood up and then put down. Nice job that time by Sioux City East. Jacob Breifogel on the stop, and he had some help there.
Yeah, he did, and Dowling just bowled their way to Rashad Davis. Finished forward, gets the first down, I believe. Or no, they're not getting him the first down.
At the 1-yard line, so he's about a half-yard shot short, and they give it to Davis. He lunges in. Touchdown, Late signal, touchdown Rashad Davis from a yard out. So the Maroons take advantage of Ducharme and the fumble recovery by Dowling Special Teams. And Maroons go 5 plays, and 23 yards, and Rashad Davis scores from a yard out.
And that makes the score 37-0. It would be with 9:34 left in the second quarter. With the high school rules, that will make the running clock start after this extra point.
So Rashad on a 1-yard run. That is his 3rd touchdown of the night, and extra point by Schumacher is good. So Maroons tack on another point and lead at 38-0. 9.5 minutes to go, second quarter. We'll return to Williams Stadium, the first round of the Class 5A high school football playoffs, and Dowling leading 38-0 here in the second quarter on Iowa Catholic Radio.
It's the Iowa Catholic Radio Pro-Life Diaper Drive. October is the month dedicated to pro-life, and Iowa Catholic Radio is celebrating all month long. Bring your donation of new diapers of any size to the Iowa Catholic Radio Studios, 1355 50th Street, Suite 500 in West Des Moines, next to Intervisions. Wipes, thermometers, nail clippers, bath items, sleep sacks, and swaddles are also needed. Be part of the Iowa Catholic Radio Pro-Life Diaper Drive during the month of October, supporting Intervisions Healthcare.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Carolyn Birch Kirchhoff with St. Francis of Assisi Parish in West Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at Williams Stadium as Dowling kicking off to Sioux City East, and they'll be kicking into the wind. High end over end kick fielded at the 7-yard line by the Black Raiders. And on the return, that is Dane Milton, and he's trying to get outside the numbers as he reverses field, and he's going to be dropped right about the forward progress to the 14-yard line, and that's where the Sioux City East Black Raiders will have their offense come out, and they'll be having the wind at their back. And it'll be first down Sioux City East. Let's go down to John Chido. Johnny, get us caught up. A lot of things happening, especially with special teams tonight.
Yeah, and it sure has, and Dowling has really taken advantage of it. We've talked about that over and over again, but going back to that, they work so much on those special teams throughout practice. They spend 2 full practices and then, of course, pregame, just working special team stuff at the beginning of practices. And like I said, it really pays off, and it shows. And they've really taken advantage of these short field positions, and Dante Catala's made some nice passing, quick passes, and the running game and the line of scrimmage. You couldn't ask for a better start, Mark.
Yeah, no question, Johnny. Cataldo with a pair of touchdown passes tonight. Rashad Davis with 3 touchdown runs in this contest. So Rashad came in with 23 touchdowns on the season. That's the regular season. He's tacked on 3 more. He has 26 for the season, and he'll be the first to credit his offensive line, Matt.
He will be. And a nice stop there by Aiden Ducharme in the backfield to get the loss. And right now, Sioux City East is in trouble because I don't think Blake Ritchie, the backup quarterback, they haven't even tried to get him to throw the football yet. And I don't know or Jack Ritchie, I don't know if they want him to. So it's been consecutive handoffs to Weger. And the Dowling defense is kind of honing in on that and bringing people, and Weger's got not much room.
So Jack Ritchie remains the quarterback, and as you mentioned, he came in for the injury to Cal Jepson, who looks like had a leg or a lower ankle sprain, and he has not been back. We thought he would be. Now Ritchie drops the football, and he's going to land right on it back at the 11-yard line on the muff snap. So that'll be a 6-yard loss, and it'll bring up 4th and long for Sioux City East. That'll be 4th and 15.
And to give you an idea, Jack Ritchie's a sophomore, a 6-foot, 140-pound sophomore coming in there, and you look at that front 4 from Dowling coming at you, and you get a little nervous. And that ball came back on that snap and got to him quickly, and just didn't handle it. He's trying to get his eyes up to see to throw the football downfield, and Sioux City has to punt.
That makes it very difficult when you have to do that. I think it'd be difficult during walking the hallways, running into the Beaver twins and Pins and Rigwelski.
Yeah,
at least for me.
Yeah,
you're a little bit bigger, man. You can.
They tend to move if I'm coming.
All right, here's Kerner with the punt return at the 45. Far side he goes, tries to find a seam, and then he cuts it upfield inside the 45 of Sioux City East and down right near the 40-yard line. And that's where the Dowling offense will start once again. And maybe that's 4 out of the 6 possessions Dowling started in Sioux City East territory. And the Maroons have it, leading 38-0, 6:18 to go. We have the running clock here in the first half. Dowling in front of Sioux City East. Let's go back down to the Dowling sideline, and that is where John Chido. And Johnny, I'm calling it tonight. We need to talk to the Dowling kicker, and we got to get Schumacher on the post game.
You're calling your shot. I like it, Mark.
I am calling it early.
Good,
because I don't want anybody else to forget.
Well, you're right. I mean, what a way to start the game, and he couldn't have placed those balls. The first 2 kicks, and then the third. How about the third kick?
Unbelievable. Now Middleton is at tailback. He's got some room. Breaks the tackle, and he's inside the 31st down. And they'll stop the clock at the 26-yard line. Ian Middleton, what a move by him, and that's about a 15-yard run for the big guy.
He's like a bowling ball. And right now we have Parker DePhillips in the football game as Dowling has rotated almost their entire offense here. And Middleton is such a strong running back.
Again, he gets the handoff and takes it down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he's carrying people with him. He's running with some energy, isn't he?
He certainly is, and he's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Ian, who's in the lineup as a sophomore and came up last year as a freshman and played quite a bit.
He did.
He's just waiting for Rashad to graduate, and that's not going to happen for a while, but that's okay. That's all right.
So we have Parker DePhillips in the ball game, taking over the reins at quarterback. The 6-foot, 175-pound sophomore or junior is leading the way now, leading the offense here for the Maroons.
So DePhillips, who played last week in the win over Sioux City North, is in at quarterback right now. Of course, remember Jack Jepson injured his finger, but he got a break this week, and he can play.
He didn't break. That's
it didn't break. Yeah,
didn't break. Yeah.
Play on words. Thanks.
There you go. So it was just a dislocation, and that was fortunate for Jack, and it's going to allow him to play some football yet this year.
Middleton lost a yard in that last play, so it's 3rd and 5, Dowling. The Maroons go with one back, and that's Middleton. Back to throw is DePhillips, fires the ball out. Pass is caught, breaking a tackle, and getting a first down is the Maroon receiver, and that might be Horace over there or Hank Brown. We'll see. But what a move on the far sideline by Dowling. Or how about Kerner?
Okay, let's take Kerner. Kerner's got hot number 8 tonight, and Kerner's been the guy with the focus there as DePhillips hit him right on the spot. Nice throw by DePhillips as he throws it out there to Kerner, enough for the first down, and the offense is moving again.
8-yard gain on the play, DePhillips to Kerner. Moves the pistol formation, and DePhillips will fire it out, and it's intercepted by Dane Milton. Intercepted by Sioux City East at the 7-yard line. Returns across the 15 up to the 17-yard line. So DePhillips tried to hit a receiver, but Milton intercepted him.
I think it looked like DePhillips was expecting a different cut off the break, and he thought it was going to go over the middle, and the receiver ended up going a little more vertical, and he put it out there, and Milton steps in there and makes the play for the Black Raiders, and the Black Raiders get a little shot of energy right here. With 3:10, again, we have a running clock, 38-0, late in the second quarter.
And John Chido, Dowling had the great drive going. Started at the Sioux City East 42-yard line, got to the 13 before Milton with the interception by the Black Raiders.
Yeah, they sure did. And Parker threw a nice ball, and I think Matt's exactly right. It was just a miscommunication of the route that was supposed to be run to allow Milton to undercut that route. The receiver ran it more vertical, and DePhillips, it was a drill shot, and it looked like it was more a slant pattern type route, and it was miscommunication.
All right, Sioux City East now with the football. Thank you, John Chido, for that report. Black Raiders starting their own 17, handoff to Weger, and Miles Weger carries for about 3 yards up to the 20. And now on second down, they give again to Weger, and he gets across the 25 before being brought down. We'll bring up 3rd and about 2 for Sioux City East.
Jackson Miller met Weger in the hole there, the sophomore, and it was quite a collision there, and Weger ends up falling forward, so now he's just a yard short. And I think, you're thinking if you're the Maroons here on defense, it's run only for the Black Raiders right now.
Yeah, and again, the backup quarterback, third-string quarterback in for Sioux City East remains, and that's Jack Ritchie. He gives the handoff to Weger, and he picks up the first down, gets up near the 30-yard line. They're going to spot his knee down right about the 29. That's all he needed.
And I believe that's the first down for the Black Raiders.
I think you're right.
The punt.
The punt. The muff punt or the fake punt.
Yep. Yes. So that's the second first
down.
We'll see if Jared Seifert in the math department at Dowling doing the stats concurs with your statistic. And now a little lateral pass, and Dowling had that well read in the backfield. How about that? That was Thomas Hugerich on the tackle. And John Chido, looks like he read that all the way. Good job for Hugie.
Yeah, not only that, he was able to avoid the blocker. The wide receiver had a good position on it, and Hugerich did exactly what he's been coached to, get skinny, get through the block, and he made the tackle in the backfield.
He made a nice play, and we were kind of laughing. I was in class with him earlier this week, and he was saying, I don't get my chances yet, and there he is, out making a play.
Loss of 5 for Sioux City East. Brings up 2nd and 14 for the Black Raiders as backup quarterback hands it off to Weger. That's obviously Jack Ritchie in there as the backup quarterback. Straight handoff and maybe a couple yards up near the 18, or rather the 28-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd and long for Sioux City East. I call it 3rd and 9.
I believe that's Will Rigwelski on the far side there. Is that defensive line, as young as they are, they're rotating through pretty much the same guys. And so that's Rigwelski and Bobo in there right now. And it also looks like Joel Sanko up front.
So Weger a gain of 5. They give him the handoff on 3rd and long, trying to get outside the numbers. He does. He's got the first down, and he runs out of bounds. He crosses the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Nice run by Weger on the play.
And he shows a flash there. That was the end of the half. That was the last play of the half.
And the Maroons let him run it out of bounds. That was.
Yeah.
No timeout. So we've come to halftime here at Williams Stadium. It's Dowling leading Sioux City East 38-0. here on a very cold night, Matt.
Okay, well, everybody's paused here for a second. We're trying to figure out what's going on. Is there a penalty on the play?
The coaches are talking. Sioux City East leaving.
They're running to the locker room. Our coaches were waiting to see if the half was over, and it is.
They're just
now
waiting.
They're waiting. Yeah.
We'll give John Chido a chance to catch up with head coach Tom Wilson, and we'll visit with him. But Dowling leading 38-0, and we're going to have our halftime guests coming in, and we'll talk to them. But before that, they let Sioux City East get off the field first, and then Dowling will go to their locker room, which is the Grandview University locker room. Halftime score, 38-0, Dowling Catholic leading Sioux City East. 3 touchdowns for Rashad Davis here in the first half. A pair of touchdown passes by Dante Cataldo. And John Chido, do you have head coach Tom Wilson?
No, they're waiting for Sioux City East to cross paths, so Dowling and Sioux City East wouldn't cross paths. So coach got to the far sideline. It was already headed to the locker room by the time I could come around the one group. But anyway, I lost them. You got to bring back the A-team.
Dock your pay, man.
Hey, let's talk, John, before I forget, stay with us, as I know you're walking towards the sideline here. But Kevin Morris, Kevin Gass, Frank Chido, your brother, Mark Scigliano, and Dennis Darnell, our chain gang during the regular season, now the postseason. -1, Darren Marasco home, hopefully listening. But we got to give a shout-out to the chain gang. There's a group of volunteers.
Yeah, they earned their pay this year. They've got a lot of injuries, more injuries on the chain crew than I think you've had on both sidelines of tonight's teams.
Well, we know there's one on the disabled list, and that's Marasco, and I don't think he'll be back this year. But I hear retirement. Do you hear those rumors? Can we confirm them?
Yeah, I cut him as my fantasy chain gang guy. I mean, he missed too many contests.
That's great. That's great.
The guys left the chains. They dropped the chains too quick.
Wow.
It's just it was a bad draw. I had a bad draft this year.
Well, they saw what happened to Mr. Balducci, and when John went down, then they all kind of got skittish. And I think you're right, John. They dropped the chains awful early at times, but we're on the opposite end of them because they're always on the far sideline.
Yeah, now they got Skig over there. I think he's going to get him back in order a little bit. He used to do the down marker on the home team side, but they got him back doing the clip and kind of get order over there.
And the reason I bring that up, Kevin Morris and Kevin Gass were both up here paying us a pregame visit. So you weren't here at the time. You were doing your mic check on the field. So I had to give a shout-out to Chain Gang. And Darren Marasco, we wish you well. I know he's suffering an injury. He's got a couple things going wrong, and Johnny, you can probably find a few more if you want.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny, but they do a great job.
They got a tough game tonight because they're out there on the open side of that field, and they're catching a little wind over there.
Yeah, and it is kind of swirling a little bit, and it's a lot colder than what the temperature says. That's for sure.
All right, so there is our halftime report from the field. Instead of Coach Wilson, we talk about the Chain Gang, right?
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Thanks, Johnny. Halftime score, Dowling Catholic leading 38-0 here at Williams Stadium, the first round of the Class 5A football playoffs. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandring, John Chido. We'll take a 2-minute break down our network stations. 2-minute break, Brady, if you will, and we'll be back with our halftime guests who look like they're pretty warm right now, Matt. We'll talk more about that as we'll talk Dowling Open House when we return here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Catholic United Financial, a member-owned, not-for-profit financial services company that connects, protects, and generously impacts the families, parishes, and schools in Iowa communities. For over 145 years, Catholic United has helped build stable and secure financial futures for Midwest families. Learn more about how Catholic United Financial can help you and your local parish. Contact Tara Weiss or Peter Orm at 1-800-568-6670 or visit CatholicUnitedFinancial.org.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One helps you live your best life. Find personalized care for you and your loved ones at mercyone.org.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
It started like it does for many people. Question my faith and question authority. And I feel that the reason why I left was the draw of the world. The world was pulling me away. Some people would say, Satan was working on me. He did not want me in church. He wanted me to be desperate. He wanted me to have the thoughts of suicide. I started to realize that a lot of the things that I had experienced in my life were a result of my rebellion against God and against authority. Coming back to the church is the first step in healing from all of the hurts of the world. I went from being desperate and in despair to finding hope and encouragement for the future. I'm on God's team. I know who I belong to, and I know where I'm going, and there's nothing that can separate me from God's love.
Take another look at the Catholic Church. Visit CatholicsComeHome.org today.
And welcome back to halftime here at Williams Stadium. Dowling Catholic leading Sioux City East by the score of 38-0 here at halftime. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring here in the press box. And, you know, our press box, Matt, isn't very big, and it just increased threefold here as we're going to talk Dowling Open House, which is coming up a week from Sunday, correct?
A week from Sunday. We will all be there in the morning to show the place off, but most importantly, we put the kids in charge.
The kids are in charge. All right. Well, which one do we have? We have, is it Ethan first? Ethan Stanley?
Yeah.
Senior, welcome.
My name's Ethan Stanley. I'm a senior here at Dowling Catholic High School. Loved all my time here, and I just want to show the great school that we all know it is to other students, and that'll be taking place on Sunday, November 5th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I, along with many other ambassadors, will be giving tours, and we're going to learn about Dowling Catholic faculty and meet staffs and coaches. I'm going to hand it off to one of my great student ambassador partners.
Hold on, Ethan. I got to ask you, who's your favorite faculty member? I want to know this answer right away.
Oh, you're putting him on the spot.
I am.
I think Mr. Tiedemann's really a great creative writing teacher.
There you go.
There you go.
Mr. Tiedemann. Now, he listens quite a bit, too, so he might be out there. We'll see if he texts me today.
Who's your favorite administrator?
I love all my administrators.
Oh, there you go.
I knew that. That's soft.
But Dr. Ryan's done a lot for me.
Oh, there you go.
Ethan, well played.
You get a jug.
Are you on the debate team?
I am on the debate team.
There we go.
Yeah.
I knew something was up. I knew something. All right, next we have Macy Herndon. I remember her from basketball.
Yes, basketball season's coming up.
That's right. But before that, we have open house.
Yes.
And we have pancake breakfast this weekend before open house. But, Macy, you're talking about open house. You're going to be one of the ambassadors. So if I'm new, I want to enroll my son or daughter at Dowling, where would you take me? Where would you take our family if you were the ambassador?
All our student ambassadors start off our tours in the chapel. It's kind of the key point of our school. We start off there and then go through all our hallways with our amazing, English, math, science classes. And then we head down to our lifting, weight room area, gym, and just show off the school. We have a lot of opportunities with all of our coaches and staff. And it's a great way to see, even if you have older siblings, you should still come. If you're an 8th grader or middle school, come and see what you want to be involved in. I've had a lot of different experiences compared to my brother and what I want to be involved in, so it's a great way to see all that.
I remember your brother, Macy. Pretty good player, pretty good athlete. Better student, Matt. He was a better student. Let's get that across.
Not than Macy. Not better than Macy.
No, for sure.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I got to
Got to raise the bar.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sunday, November 5th, that's 11 to 2, is the open house at Dowling Catholic High School. So you won't be having practice then, will you, Macy?
Not on Sunday, but we'll get started up right after that.
I thought so. The next day might be the first day. Pass the microphone down there. This is the second time as faculty member, the same one has been our guest in this 10-week football season, and it's Mrs. Hilligus.
She must be pretty. She must be pretty important.
Well, she's got there's a Hilligus on the team here. I noticed, Matt.
Yeah.
And, he's been in the game a few times. Not that he will be in tonight. Is that right?
I hope so. But we'll see.
Alicia, welcome. And the Dowling Open House. First of all, thanks to you and the two kids for coming up here on a cold night.
You're welcome.
To talk Dowling Open House.
Yeah, you'll have the opportunity at our open house to meet many other ambassadors that are just great as Ethan and Macy, and pick their brains. They'll take you on the tour of our campus, show you where all the important places that you should go and check out. But it's definitely a day where we want to encourage all the families to explore on their own. The ambassadors will show them where everything is, but we want the families to explore on their own. Talk to our engineering teachers. Talk to our English faculty, our science teachers, our administrators, the coaches. And that way you can get all your questions answered.
Should the visitors ask the student ambassadors who their favorite faculty member is, like I did?
They
is
probably
that okay?
will. Yeah, absolutely. And everybody has a favorite teacher.
That's right. Now, how many ambassadors do we have? I mean, can we handle How many people can we handle coming into the building for this?
So 11 to 12 is definitely our very busy time. And we have about, I want to say 60 that will be on call from 11 to 12.
Yeah, so we have a lot of students there.
Oh, absolutely. So 11 to 12 is very busy. You're welcome to come between 11 and 12. But remember, we'll be there till 2 o'clock. So you can come later in the day, too.
Again, the Dowling Catholic Open House is Sunday, November 5th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mrs. Hilligus, I got to ask you,
Yes.
What is the number one question you get from folks that have never been to Dowling, but they're looking at schools, families, parents, kids? What's one of the number one questions they ask, what they inquire about?
I think they ask a lot of different questions. Obviously, faith formation is incredibly important. We are a Catholic high school, and that is our pride. And so a lot of questions about our religion classes, faith formation. It touches everything we do at school. And then academics. Academics is another important piece of the questions that families have. Safety. This is a place where there's safety, community. And so those are some of the top questions that our families ask.
Okay. Well, Ethan, you're a senior. Take the microphone here. What's new for you? What's going to be next on your chapter in life after graduation and debate?
So currently I'm in the process of applying to a couple different colleges. Notre Dame is one of them. Go Irish. And I'm just looking to keep building upon the great foundations Dowling has set up for me and hoping to expand that into the next chapters in my life.
Okay. And what part of debate? What chapter are you in? What part of debate do you do?
I'm in a section of debate called Lincoln Douglas. We apply philosophical and moral principles to modern day issues and topics that the world is facing and we have to address.
Ethan, my question is now your journey to Dowling was a little bit different, and can you talk about that transition and how was it a challenge? How easy was it? Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
So I started my process up until 8th grade. I was out at Johnston Public Schools. I did a shadow day during my 8th grade year, and I loved Dowling. That was one of the first days I ever had where I came out of the school day and I was smiling, and it was not a great day, guys. It was a cold, snowy January day, a little gloomy out. The snow was starting to get a little muddy. It just wasn't great, but, the people that I found inside just made the place what it is and what I know as a student today. And when I transferred in my freshman year, I found the community was incredibly welcoming. I got involved right away. I was able to make a lot of great friends that I'm still with today and who are actually at the football game tonight.
Good.
That is awesome. I think I've heard this story, and it might have been from your dad because I think I heard this before. Great. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Thanks for coming up. Macy, you're next. You're the junior, and talk about your experience. When you came to Dowling, what were some of the things you were looking for, not only for you but also your family was looking towards?
Yeah. Obviously, my first 2 years at Dowling have been great. I've met so many new people through. I do basketball, Special Olympics, obviously with student ambassadors and in Ootfeedom faith group. And my family had kind of experienced obviously football and debate with my brother. But obviously with I've in a different sport, different activities, they've kind of seen a different side of it. And I've gotten to see my passions and apply them and learn from them. And it's been a great experience a second time around for my family.
A lot of these families are going to the open house are transitioning kids from middle school to high school, and that's always difficult. And you went through that not too long ago. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, whenever you're an 8th grader coming in, you're a little bit nervous. But Dowling, we have class sizes where you feel like you can be one-on-one with the teacher, and you feel like you're not just another number in a classroom. And obviously, the school layout, some people are a little scared, but it's just a big loop, and you have the chapel right at the center of it. And it was very easy to adapt coming from St. Francis and getting to meet a bunch of different kids from the other diocesan schools, but then more kids coming in from different public schools.
Macy, I had a question about that. I think we have a lot of students that come from our 11 different elementaries and then some from public schools like Ethan had. And talk about how those friend groups migrate over time in high school.
Yeah, obviously, a lot of my best friends are from, obviously, I had some from St. Francis. I have best friends from Waukee and Urbandale who came in, and obviously through the different sports and activities that I've done, I've just met different girls, and you kind of see, there's all variations, all different people here, and when you're around those people a lot and Dowling gives you the opportunity to build community with them, then you it's a really easy transition, and it has given me so many opportunities in my life.
Yeah, and that's the one thing we see at the high school level is kids come in with a certain group of kids, but as they go into high school, they really start to form those friendships in where they spend most of their time, which is the clubs, activities, athletics. And that's why we encourage so many kids to get involved in something. I heard Special Olympics mentioned, I heard Vita mentioned just a lot of things on top of athletics. And so there's this mixture of things, and those kids become your friend group a lot of times. Is that correct for both of you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm very close with all my Ootfeedom faith group friends. Special Olympics, there's so many people who do that with track and swim, and Mr. Smith and Mrs. Otten, they run a great club with that. And then obviously basketball, I'm with those girls every day in the winter, so I've formed a lot of different friendships and girls that I'm very close with.
Macy Harmon, looking forward to see you during the basketball season.
Yes.
Come up and talk to us once in a while.
I will.
Ethan, great job. Best of luck. We want you to graduate on time, so make sure you do that and have a tremendous debate season.
I will do my best. I'm on track to graduate right now. Let's hope nothing changes.
We know who to talk to. And Alicia Hilligus, thank you very much for coming up. And anything else you want to add? Again, it's Sunday, November 5th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Dowling Open House. Yeah. Anything you want to add?
That is never too early. So whether you have an 8th grader that is curious about Dowling Catholic or you have a kindergarten at home, it is never too early to come and check us out and see what you can do more at Dowling Catholic.
Thanks for coming up, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, that's our halftime guest. We appreciate talking open house. We'll take a break and come back. The second half about ready to start. Dowling leading 38-0 over Sioux City East. Back with more here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network after this 1-minute break.
The annual Dowling Catholic High School Pancake Breakfast is Sunday, October 29th at the Varied Industries Building at the Iowa State Fairgrounds from 7:30 a.m. to noon. This time-honored tradition raises money to support student activities. Learn more at iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And welcome back to Williams Stadium on Des Moines' east side as we start the second half. Mark Hemedale, Matt Mandring, John Chido, and Dowling leading 38-0. And Johnny, I believe Dowling will receive the second half kickoff. And your thoughts on halftime? I don't know if you went and over to the locker room or not, but what are some of your thoughts as we move to the second half?
Well, with the running clock and now you can get guys more playing time that typically wouldn't get that opportunity, especially in a playoff game. And what great experience that is, playing in a playoff game, getting guys in. It just the more you can play, more kids, and when the starter goes down, now that kids have experience, that makes it more beneficial all around for the whole program.
Yeah, it certainly does, and we'll take a look at some of the numbers here as Sioux City East set the kickoff. Our thanks to John Chido for some of those comments before halftime. As Dowling in the first half, Dante Cataldo 10 for 10 in the first half passing, 86 yards and a pair of touchdown passes. Parker DePhillips 1 for 2 passing for 9 yards, and he had an interception. As the Maroons now will return the second half kickoff from the 5-yard line. Dowling on the move across the 25, and dropped there is the return man, and that's Carter Nicholson for the Maroons on the return, and Dowling will have it 1st and 10 there, Matt.
We had a couple scores that we have here. Ankeny up on Johnston at the half, 7-0. And Valley is up on Pleasant Valley, 17-14. We have Waukee that's now up. Waukee is up on the Prairie, on Cedar Rapids Prairie, 14-10 at the half. And Ankeny Centennial leads Waukee Northwest 21-0. That one's a little bit of that would be an upset according to the seedings.
All right, Parker DePhillips in at quarterback as the Maroons playing their backup quarterback out of the pistol formation. They hand off to the tailback, and now it's a matter of which one's in there because we're going to see the whole roster here. The running clock, Dowling leading 38-0 here in the second half. And the first ball carrier off the bottom of the pile for Dowling is number 28. And that's Steve Hauschild, who got the touchdown run last week, man.
Yeah, Steve Hauschild in there, and nice run. We get him loose here and get him going as the offensive line sits there. I'm trying to run down the list of the linemen here. It looks like Jacob Peterson on the side here, Jake Slade, and we'll get to the rest of them here in a moment.
All right, Parker DePhillips, the quarterback, 3 receivers left. And Hauschild in the backfield. Here's the snap. And DePhillips gives it to Hauschild. He's across the 30, and it's spun down right at the 31-yard line. Nice little run that time. Shy of the first down. Will bring up 3rd and 4 for Dowling on the 31 of Sioux City, or on their own 31-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah, we got Joe Mauser in there, who's a sophomore. We have Carter Smith, who's in there at the center position. And as I said, Jake Slade. And then also Dakota Beener is in there at right tackle. So that's the offensive line that's set right now for DePhillips and Hauschild.
All right, Parker DePhillips, 3 receivers left, 1 back in the backfield, and that's Hauschild. And the give is to Hauschild, and he's got the first down, crosses the 35, and bowls his way up to the 37-yard line for a gain of 6.
And Hauschild just makes a nice run right there. He has a little shake in him as well, and he gives a little bit of a sidestep there as he hit the line of scrimmage and found the crease and zipped forward for the first down at the 38.
All right, tight end in this group is Charlie Darnell. He'll line up on the right side, 3 receivers left. And Parker DePhillips, the junior quarterback, out of the shotgun. Here's a snap and handoff to Hauschild. Runs into a wall, now breaks the tackle at the 40 and scampers his way up near the 44-yard line where they'll mark him down, a gain of 8.
Gain of 8. That was a nice run right there because he went to the play was designed to go to the right side, out to the narrow side of the field, and the Raiders had stopped it up, and he takes it and bounces back to the left and gets a nice gain there on first down.
Second down, and they're going to call it about 4 from the Dowling 44 pistol formation. Parker DePhillips at quarterback, Hauschild in the backfield, and little read option. Hauschild breaks the tackle. Now he's finally spun down at the 47-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down, and it'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Dowling offense.
And the speed there of Hauschild showed that the Black Raiders had pressure into the backfield, and Hauschild exploded through there and sidestepped one tackler, broke one tackle, and got down and got the 3 of the yards. So now it's 3rd and 1 for the Maroons.
38-0, Dowling with the lead here in the third quarter. 8:15 remaining. Game clock continues to run. DePhillips out of the shotgun. Has Hauschild in the backfield. Hands it off to Hauschild. He's got the first down. Now he's down the far sideline, and it's finally pushed out of bounds in front of the Sioux City East bench. And they're going to say he stepped out right at the 43 of Sioux City East. So a nice run that time of 10 yards for Hauschild.
A nice run and a block out there by Jake Slade on the edge, and that sealed the edge for Hauschild as the senior. Jake Slade, 5'11", 280, gets out there and seals the edge, and Hauschild explodes around the corner for a nice run.
10-yard run for Steve Hauschild. Senior, scored his first touchdown last Friday night on senior night. Now gets the start here in the second half. Handoff Hauschild. Parker DePhillips hands it off to him, and he finds his way through that offensive line, who you described, Matt, inside the 40 of Sioux City East, down to the 38-yard line, a gain of 5.
And these are important reps for someone like Carter Smith, too, who's, has started for so long, in place of Max Shelton at center, and now he's out there at center, and he's leading this group, and they're starting to make the holes for Hauschild, and Hauschild is finding his way down the field.
He certainly is. Parker DePhillips at quarterback, the 6-foot junior. Handoff up the middle and hit and drop. Nowhere to go that time. Sioux City East had that well read, and they put Hauschild down, and they're going to put him down at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 as they back it up to the 43-yard line. So he'll lose yardage, and it'll bring up 3rd and long.
Kobe Flummister for the Raiders came on, and essentially what Sioux City is doing right now is they were coming on a straight run blitz, and they just blitzed everybody up front and get the running crease. And now, of course, then Down's going to go empty on this play right here.
So DePhillips out of the shotgun, empty backfield, 5 receivers, 2 to the right. Back to throw is DePhillips, and the pass is intercepted. And then
caught.
Dropped it. No, fumbled. And Dowling with the first down. It was caught by the defensive back, and then Dowling got it back. How about that play?
Is that number? Who's the number coming off there? Is that Joe Paulson?
I think it might have been Paulson.
Joe Paulson or Jake Scow.
We may have to go down the field. Johnny, what happened on there? Because the ball was intercepted by the safety of Sioux City East, but taken away by the Dowling receiver.
Yeah, it's number 19 that came away with it for the Dowling Maroons.
Yes.
Joe Paulson,
yes. He ripped it right out of the defensive back's hands for Sioux City East.
So it goes as a, interception and then a fumble recovery because he took it away from him. Handoff Hauschild again as the Maroons with a first down at the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. You don't see that very often.
No, and to try to replay that for our listeners, DePhillips lets the ball loose down the sideline. Paulson's running down the sideline, and it looked like it was Milton stepped in there, got his hands on it, and there was a little fighting for the football, and we really thought Milton had possession of it, and Paulson just takes it and rips it right out of his hands and gains possession, creates the turnover, we would assume, is what they would write that down as, and then big first down for the Maroons at the 5.
So it's 2nd and goal, Dowling at the 5. Parker DePhillips at quarterback. DePhillips actually threw his second interception, but it was stolen back. Phillips into the end zone, fires it, and the pass is incomplete. Tried to hit his receiver on a crossing route from the left side, and that was Joe Paulson coming from the left side, incomplete.
Yeah. Well, maybe Joe Paulson needs, it's going to be in traffic. And that one was in heavy traffic right there, and that would have been a tough catch as well. And DePhillips put it out there where he could get it, and nice play by the defense of the Black Raiders.
It's 3rd and goal, Dowling, at the Black Raider 5-yard line. Of course, Paulson, as you mentioned, a senior, and always try to get those seniors maybe something to think about and get him a touchdown at the end. Treg Troyer in at receiver. He's a slot to the right. One receiver to the left. Parker DePhillips at quarterback as we approach the 4-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Dowling leading 38-0. DePhillips back to throw, has pressure, rolls to his left, avoids it, still rolling, looking for a receiver, fires at the end zone. The pass is caught right through a receiver, but into the hands of a young man just kneeling down. Touchdown, Jake Scow.
Jake Scow, and if you're going to ask DePhillips who he was throwing the ball to, he's going to tell you all night, Jake Scow.
We know it wasn't.
And we don't think it was.
Johnny, who was that first receiver that it went through his hands?
That would have been, I think it was Paulson.
Paulson, okay.
Paulson,
yeah, he was running the slant, and then Scow was in the back of the end zone there.
Yeah.
So Parker DePhillips with his first touchdown pass of the year. Now the extra point by Ryan Kuhn, and the ball's down. Kick is up and good, and Dowling extends its lead to 45-0 over Sioux City East. 3:53 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll return to Williams Stadium on Des Moines' east side. You're listening to the first round of the Class 5A football playoffs. Dowling Catholic leading 45-0 here. Just under 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment, whether it's in the classroom or at home. Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by CTO. Your support has helped thousands of students attend our Catholic schools. CTOIowa.org. At CTO, the bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Iowa Catholic Radio is now available on your smart speaker. Step 1, say,
Alexa, enable the Iowa Catholic Radio skill.
Or enable it through your Alexa app. Step 2, say,
Alexa, open Iowa Catholic Radio.
Now enjoy listening to Iowa Catholic Radio through your smart speaker.
Well, Dowling goes 12 plays, 75 yards, capped off by a Parker DePhillips touchdown pass to Jake Scow from 5 yards out on 3rd and goal. And the Maroons tack on the extra point by Ryan Kuhn, the sophomore, and the backup kicker to Schumacher. And it's 45-0 Dowling. And now here's a kickoff by the Maroons and fielded by Sioux City East, and running with the football on the return is Chris Ford, and he runs laterally towards the Sioux City East bench right at the 30-yard line, cuts up field outside the numbers, and finally wrestled down. I'm going to call it at the 35-yard line as the Maroons defense will take the field while Sioux City East offense takes the field. John Chida, we'll go back down to you. And a lot of players getting in right now, but how about the Phillips to Scow on the touchdown pass?
Yeah, Parker has a great arm. I mean, he can throw some balls into some spots that you would never think you could get a ball in there, and that was a prime example. It might have been meant to Polson, but it went through not only Polson but I think Milton to hit Scow in the back of the end zone, and that ball was thrown on a rope there, Mark.
Yeah, it certainly was. Now Richard Stewart on the reception as Sioux City East on first down. Stewart with the catch as the line of scrimmage was the 35, and he gets it up to the 42-yard line, gain of 7 on the play, Matt.
I believe that's Jake Ritchie's first completion as the quarterback here, and he's come out and finally getting him comfortable after a few plays, and now the Black Raiders line up their offense on second down.
So Stewart a gain of 7, and now they go to the ground game, and they hand it off, and that's the backup tailback, J.J. Gosh, on the play, and he's hit and drop right at the 43-yard line. Got about a yard. I'm going to bring up third down and 2 for the Black Raiders.
Jackson Miller on the stop for the Maroons as Weger becomes the focus of the offense here for the Black Raiders.
And now Weger with the carry, or rather Gosh with the carry. He right at the first down marker, and now the ball was blown dead as forward progress was stopped. They're going to give him the first down because they spot him down right at the 45 here, Matt.
Yeah, they are going to give him the first down as they give him forward progress to the line to gain. So it should be first down. The chains are moving. And there's that chain crew that we were talking about, the all-star chain crew.
The all-star chain crew. John and I recognize them, so we got some good on our side with them. We've kind of been in the doghouse with them. Penalty flags down on first down for Sioux City East, and they're going to have a procedure call. But Johnny, we gave them a lot of love, and now they were late on the play, I thought. And that may have helped. It may have helped Sioux City East. I don't know, because they got a penalty.
Even with straight lines, as we talked about on a turf field, imagine not to get the clip in the right place and slow moving down there over on that sideline.
Who is the new clip guy with Marasco on the shelf?
It's Mark Skiggs.
Skiggs has got it. So we have nobody over here, then is what you're saying, on the near side.
Correct.
They didn't pick up an extra guy. Okay.
All right. We see some changes as they continue to rotate people in and out, and Tim Dang is playing defensive line right now for the Maroons. We also have in there Leo Thornton, a junior, 6 foot 200 pounds, playing defensive line for the Maroons.
All right, as Jack Ritchie, a quarterback,
interception.
And the ball is picked off by Dowling, and now he fumbles the football but gets right back on it. So we've seen that a couple times tonight. We've seen an interception and then a fumble recovered by Dowling, and this time it is intercepted, and they're going to give it to Dowling.
Yeah, Joel Sanko.
Yep.
Joel Sanko.
That's his second of the year because he did that earlier, Joel Sanko, if you remember, against Roosevelt.
Yeah, he is just an athletic young man. And, the sophomore, 5'11", 185, and he's playing up in that defensive front there. And it was a screenplay, a design screen, and Joel just comes up and reads it, elevates, picks the ball off, and starts to take off in the other direction, setting up the Maroon offense. But time will run out here in the third quarter before we get a snap.
When we return to the fourth quarter, Dowling will have a first down at the Sioux City East 35-yard line, as that is where Joel Sanko returned the interception. So we'll take a break with the score. Dowling Catholic 45, Sioux City East nothing. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Back with the fourth quarter from Williams Stadium in Des Moines on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
The great spiritual mystic and author of the 16th century was a Spanish woman, St. Theresa of Avila. She was experiencing many ups and downs and victories and defeats as she worked to establish convents throughout all of Spain. Her famous words of wisdom make sense today. Let nothing disturb you, let nothing affright you. All things are passing. Only God is changeless. Patience gains all things. Whoever has God wants nothing else. God alone is enough. That was her experience. A woman of great wisdom. Let nothing disturb you or make you afraid. Everything is going to pass away and will fade into the past. Even if we feel like God is all we have, we soon discover God is all we need. And that is today's thought of the day.
And we're back here at Williams Stadium, underway here in the fourth quarter. Dowling with the first down at the Sioux City East, 35. But on the play, Dowling tailback was hit, fumbled the football, and recovered by Sioux City East. And believe on the recovery is Daniel DeRio on the recovery. And
where's that Chris Ford? Number 9, it looked like, came out with the football. I'm not sure. It was kind of a scrum there at the end.
And who was the tailback for the Maroons that had the ball initially, Matt?
I didn't pick that up. I was focused on the offensive line.
We're getting scores here, so we're trying to pass those along.
I'm going to tell you that Thomas Sweeney and Josh Miller and Danny Frazier were in on that offensive line with and.
All right, here's Weger back in at tailback for Sioux City East. They've been kind of rotating tailbacks between J.J. Gosh and Weger. Miles Weger on the carry and spins out of a tackle, but dropped at the 35 for no gain. So the line of scrimmage was a 35. Dowling handed it off to their tailback. Backup tailback fumbled it to the 35. And now Sioux City East has the ball and tackled at the 35 for no gain. 2nd and 10 here, Matt.
Adam Pennington on the stop for the Maroons, the senior in there at the defensive end. And, again, with Tim Dang up front. And we'll pick up the rest of the numbers after this play.
All right, one back in the backfield. And the quarterback is Jack Ritchie, and he gives it to his tailback, Weger, and he spins out of a tackle near a first down. They're going to spot him where? About a half yard shy of the first down. They'll bring up 2nd and short for the Black Raiders.
Tommy Brooks, and also it looked like, Tommy Brooks on the stop along with Joel Sanko again.
9-yard gain for Weger. 3rd and 1 for the Black Raiders. Handoff again to Weger. He has the first down, and he's up near the 47-yard line. That's where they'll mark him down.
Miles Weger, he's kind of impressing me here how quick he is. He is explosive to the line of scrimmage. A couple score updates for you. Ankeny is up ahead of Johnston 14-3 in the second half. Centennial is well ahead of Waukee Northwest 28-0. And Southeast Polk is over Linmore 42-0, and Pleasant Valley is up 17-14 in the second half.
And the winner of the Dowling Sioux City East right now, Dowling's in pretty good position, will face the winner of Johnston and Ankeny. Mm-hmm. And as you mentioned, Ankeny in front. That game is being played at Ankeny as Weger on the carry gets up to midfield for a gain of 3.
It'll be interesting to see how that game plays out because Johnston has been one of those teams this year that has always exploded at the end of the. They've always made their games interesting at the end. So we'll see how it plays out.
All right, 2nd down, 6 for Sioux City East. They go right to left, south to north. Back to throw is Ritchie. A little shovel pass, if you will. And it's caught by J.J. Gosh, but in the backfield, and he'll lose yardage. They'll spot him down back at the 44-yard line, a loss of 6.
Nice play there as Tommy Brooks comes up and read that little play, little shovel pass, and he swallowed it up right away for the loss. And so now it's 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13.
Tommy Brooks, remember his older brother Louie?
Yeah.
He was exciting.
He was.
Nice job by Tommy there. It's 3rd and 12, Sioux City East, and they're going to give it to the tailback, and that's Weger trying to spin out of a tackle. He's hit and dropped, and I'll tell you what, the Dowling sideline, all the starters there, they're just all over that tackle. They're cheering their teammate on.
Again, that looked like Tommy Brooks again that came down the line of scrimmage and just and wrapped up Weger and drove him to the ground there. Nice play by Tommy.
It's no gain on the play, and Johnny, I'll tell you what, the starters are all up there, man. They are really cheering on this younger group.
Yeah, that's great to see, and just the commitment to the team and being able to root on these guys that normally don't get a lot of this playing time, especially in a playoff atmosphere. It's fantastic.
All right. Burrell in the punt, gets it away, and it'll be caught by Dowling, and that's not a fair catch. And, hit and dropped is, let's see who's out there. It's not one of the starters, but he got hit and he got dropped, and that was Carter Nicholson who came in earlier. And It'll be first down Dowling.
You're probably going to wish you would have fair caught that one because that was Breifogel, one of their better defenders. He came in and lowered the boom there just as he caught the football, and a big stick there at the end of that play for the Black Raiders.
Well, it looks like Dowling in position going into next week. I noticed the temperature, and Johnny will like this. Mid-50s next week, Johnny, for the quarterfinals, and they'll be Dowling against the winner of Johnston and Ankeny. So does that make your day better a little bit?
Yes, if it stays true, though. But you are always premature as far as calling temperatures and weather and stuff like that. So
it's called a prediction. You guys are doing that. I mean, you already put in your backup chain gang for this weekend's one of them games. So, don't be just picking on me about that. Your backup chain gang is playing for somebody.
Well, all I remember is going back to a Tuesday night. We're playing up in Ankeny, an 8th grade game, and you said it would stop raining by 3 o'clock, and I think it was a monsoon as it started the game, and it got worse as the game went on.
Yeah, he's just like the
I was just passing on information, and then they still played.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And you came away with a win. You had to, go through your coaching.
That was Cohen Shelton on that last carry for the Maroons, and there's a penalty on the play, holding, so now it's 1st and 20 from the 14.
They're going to move it all the way back, yeah. And now DePhillips with the handoff, and hit and dropped in the backfield is a Dowling tailback. And let's see, which one is that? Number 30 is in the ball game now, Cohen Shelton.
That's Shelton.
That's the starting center for Dowling, the little brother, Max's little brother.
Cooper Fritz, a freshman for Sioux City Black Raiders on the stop there. Again, as Sioux City's, they're coming up knowing that Dowling is likely not to throw the football at this point, and they're coming up there basically run blitzing. They're bringing a lot of bodies, more bodies than we can block, that the Maroons can block, and that's putting the offense at a disadvantage here.
Shelton, a loss of 3. Now back to throw is the Dowling quarterback. The ball is deflected. That's Joey Nahas in there, and his pass is broken up, incomplete. And it was 3rd and 25, and that'll bring up 4th and 25.
I think it's 3rd down now.
I'll check that.
I think.
Game clock continues to run at 6:15, Matt.
They're Nahas is in their quarterback, and as soon as I say they were run blitzing, coaches read that, and that was supposed to be a quick hitter to the outside, and he tossed to the outside, but the Sioux City Black Raiders were able to get their hands up and stop that, and Sioux City calls a timeout as they're doing getting personnel shifted in.
All right, 6:04 remaining fourth quarter. Dowling leading 45-0 here in this 5A first-round district game from Williams Stadium on Des Moines East Side. Very crisp night, 38 degrees our game time temperature, but the feels-like temperature at 30 degrees at game time. Mark Hemedale, Matt Manger, and John Chido. And we have any other score updates, Matt?
I think we got a little help up here tonight as we have Trevor Raichi shadowing here tonight, an 2018 Dowling grad, and getting to see what this operation looks like sometimes. And he's giving us updates. It's now 14-9. Ankeny up on Johnston. So Johnston scored, must not have made the extra if they went for 2 or if they missed the extra point.
You called that, Matt. Johnston's late. They've come from behind a few times this year.
They have, and so there they have a late little push, and it's 14-9 now. It's going to be an exciting ball game over there.
Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on that. The winner of that game will take on Dowling here next Friday night. Now the Maroons with Nahas at quarterback. Back to throw on 3rd and 25. Fires the ball out. The pass is incomplete. Contact and penalty flags down as the intended receiver that time was Trig Troyer. And the back judge threw it, and it'll be an automatic first down. It's not at the spot like it is in the pros. It's a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage that'll move the ball up to the 25-yard line, Matt.
Yeah, so it'll be 3rd and about 8, 3rd and 9. As they sort this out with this penalty, and it's not an automatic first down. And so really it's not that much of a loss there for them to try and go make that play.
They're going to spot it at the 24-yard line. It's the line of scrimmage. They need to get to the 33-yard line for a first down. So it'll bring up 3rd down, about 7 for Dowling. Maroons will have 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Quarterback Joey Nahas. Empty backfield and no tight end. Nahas looks left, feeling pressure, stays in the pocket, fires out. Pass is caught, first down right at the 35-yard line. They're going to wave it off. Caught and incomplete as he fumbled the ball as he had the Trig Troyer was the intended receiver. Johnny, that was a pretty good hit by Sioux City East, but Trig had the ball, and then it was displaced, and the official's still talking it over here.
Yeah, I think they're talking about whether he had possession or not. That was a bang play, and it was a nice hit by the Sioux City East defender as Trigg was trying to secure the ball, and they are now calling it incomplete.
Incomplete pass, but Trigg had a nice route. Nahas with a little sidearm there.
Yeah, he stepped up in the pocket, and it was a nice play by DePhillips. He was kind of weaving through. There was pressure. He steps up in the pocket and throws a nice ball to Trigg over the middle, and Trigg, as the ball gets there, the defenders got there and hit it loose, and so now the punt team comes out for the Maroons.
That'll be Connor Larson doing the punting. The 5'8", 145-pound junior wearing number 94, and now Dowling will call a timeout. We will too, with 4:49 to go here in the fourth quarter. Dowling leading 45-0. We'll return to the Class 5A football playoffs here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Catholic United Financial, a member-owned, not-for-profit financial services company that connects, protects, and generously impacts the families, parishes, and schools in Iowa communities. For over 145 years, Catholic United has helped build stable and secure financial futures for Midwest families. Learn more about how Catholic United Financial can help you and your local parish. Contact Tara Weiss or Peter Orm at 1-800-568-6670 or visit CatholicUnitedFinancial.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. Live your best life with Mercy One. With Iowa's largest network of care locations, personalized care is right in your neighborhood. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
And we're back here at Williams Stadium. Now here's the punt by Connor Larson. May have went off the side of his foot or deflected it. Just a short punt out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So that'll be an 11-yard punt, no return. And Sioux City East will have the football. 1st and 10 with 4.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Dowling leading 45-0. Matt?
I know Dowling had to call a timeout there. One of the things that Dowling generally will do there on that punt, even while the second-team offense and everybody else is in there, they'll bring the first-team punt unit out there. They put the backup punter in there, but they had most first-string guys in there on that punt team so they can execute it and get it off.
Yeah, Connor Larson in the punt for Dowling at the time. And now here's a handoff to Weger, and he's hit and driven back. Lucas Hilligus, we just had his mom on at halftime, makes the stop for a loss back to the 36-yard line.
We'll look for Alicia out here standing up cheering her son on as he makes a big play in the backfield right there for the Maroons.
So Weger was the ball carrier for Sioux City East. Miles Weger with a 1-yard loss. It'll bring up second down.
3:40 left, and the clock is running in this game as they run the next play.
There's Weger on the handoff from quarterback Jack Ritchie, and Weger trying to get outside the numbers. Now cuts upfield, still on his feet, and he's near the 30-yard line. Not a bad run. He ran a lot of lateral east-west, and then finally cut upfield, and they're going to spot him down at the 30-yard line.
Pretty good pursuit by the Maroons there as Cale Jackson comes up, the senior, 5'9", 220. Had a nice lane there and ends up coming back and making the play.
All right, Ritchie handoff to Weger again, trying to turn the corner, hit and drop right at the point of attack at the 30-yard line, no gain.
And as they come up off the pile, that was London Stone, the junior, coming in there 6'5", 185, makes a play from his defensive end position.
All right, it'll bring up fourth down for Sioux City East, 4th and 5 from the Dowling 30. Quarterback remains Jack Ritchie in relief of Cal Jepson, who was injured in the first half. And backup quarterback, this is their third-string quarterback, so that's the second time this year the Maroons have went through a few quarterbacks for the opposition. The other time was Valley that I remember. Handoff Weger, and he's got some room, little quick opener, and he's near a first down. He might be right at the sticks.
Looks like
which is a 24-yard line.
Going to give him a first down, and with about 2 minutes left in the clock here as they run through plays, if you're Sioux City, you're looking at about 4 more plays, something like that, as as the clock winds down. And the defense is adjusting, and you can bet they're trying to get that shutout.
Under 2 minutes to play. Dowling leading 45-0. First down, Sioux City East. Handoff Weger. Works the right side. Hit and stacked up. And he's got forward progress. They're not going to blow the whistle until they drop him. And he gets across the 20 down to about the 19-yard line, a gain of 5.
Again, I can't say enough about the toughness of Weger there. He is running hard, and he is taking all the punishment right now for the Black Raiders as the 5'8", 170-pound junior bowls ahead and moved the rugby scrum down a few yards.
Gain of 4, handoff Weger again. This time he cuts up over center, and he's hit and dropped. The Maroons stack him up there and hit head-on by Leo Thornton, who is manning the nose guard position for the Maroons.
Nice play there as he stopped him up inside and fought off the offensive guy to get to Weger. Create the, you think, loss of a yard there?
No gain.
No gain.
Yep, so it's 3rd down and 3rd and 7, they'll call it. High snap, Ritchie gets it, handoff Weger, trying to turn the corner. Slips a tackle at the 20 and then fights his way down for a yard. Down to the 19-yard line, brought down by Lucas Hillegas.
Yeah, nice pursuit by Lucas there as the play was run away from him, and he chased him down as Weger got through the first blocker, or the first tackler with the stiff arm, and then Lucas was able to chase him down at the numbers to about a 1-yard gain, and this creates 4th and 4 for the Raiders, and this could be the last play.
Under 30 seconds remaining, and Ritchie, a little lateral throw. It's caught, and slipping a tackle is Logan Dolphin on the reception, and he'll be shy of the first down. Dowling will take over with 15 seconds on the clock, and that'll do it.
That'll do it. That'll be the ball game.
So, John Chido, I've already put in my request to interview.
I have Andrew Schumacher, and I've already communicated that. So
now you got to go through his handlers, okay? And that's several people.
I went right to the source. I went to the kicking coach.
Did you go to Coach Ramey on this one?
Yep, yes I did.
Well, if you get Coach Ramey on, that is even better.
Okay.
Can you get that to happen, John?
I'm working on a defensive guy. We need a defensive guy, right?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I think let me go back through the game.
Hey, did we tell you last week we had Mr. Scigliano on? Did you know that?
You're a funny guy. funny guy.
That's his neighbor. All right, final score, Dowling 45, Sioux City East nothing. The Maroons advance to the next round, which will be next Friday night. They will host 7 o'clock here at Williams Stadium next Friday, where I understand it's supposed to be in the mid-50s. We'll see if that prediction's right. Last report from Johnson. Let's get a report. 14-9 with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, so we're way ahead of everybody else, and that could be an interesting finish. We're going to take a 2-minute break down our network's lines. Iowa Catholic Radio and CISN, I think they were with us tonight. They had some technical difficulties, so I'm not sure how that all got played out, but
I want to
appreciate that.
Down to Johnny, maybe Owen Pins. He got that first fumble recovery. We haven't talked.
I got Hilgis.
Okay, all right. Well, okay.
It could be a family.
Yeah.
We have the mom on at halftime, and Johnny's got the son on in the postgame. That'll work, Johnny.
That works.
All right. Final score. Dowling Catholic with the win tonight, 45-0 over Sioux City East. We'll take a 2-minute break. Brady Grimm is our studio producer for Iowa Catholic Radio. Thanks to all he does. And Brady, we'll send it back to you for a 2-minute break and come back with our postgame show here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
The annual Dowling Catholic High School Pancake Breakfast is Sunday, October 29th at the Varied Industries Building at the Iowa State Fairgrounds from 7:30 a.m. to noon. This time-honored tradition raises money to support student activities. Learn more at iowacatholicradio.com.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Catholic United Financial, a member-owned, not-for-profit financial services company that connects, protects, and generously impacts the families, parishes, and schools in Iowa communities. For over 145 years, Catholic United has helped build stable and secure financial futures for Midwest families. Learn more about how Catholic United Financial can help you and your local parish. Contact Tara Weiss or Peter Orm at 1-800-568-6670 or visit CatholicUnitedFinancial.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to Williams Stadium as Dowling Catholic will win in the first round of the high school playoffs. Dowling defeating Sioux City East by the score of 45-0, and the Maroons will host next week either Johnston or Ankeny, and they're in a battle with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. At last report, it was Ankeny leading Johnston, but Matt, that could come down to the wire. It was 14-9 at last report. Johnston trailing the Ankeny Hawks.
And Ankeny with the ball right now and driving, it looks like. So, but a lot of time left in the clock, 8:18 to go there. And as these games start to wind down, it's everybody starts to watch the scoreboard, but we'll go through the stats from this game first.
Yeah, let's get that in. Dowling again the winner, 45-0 over Sioux City East. Dante Cataldo, a pair of touchdown passes tonight. One to Curtis Horace was one touchdown pass, and then Trey Wilson the other, as Cataldo went 10 for 10 passing for 86 yards and a pair of touchdowns on the night for 86 yards. Parker DePhillips came in relief, 3 for 5 passings for 51 yards and an interception and a touchdown for DePhillips. And then Joey Nahas came in 0 for 2 passing. The leading rusher was Rashad Davis on the night. He had 11 carries for 71 yards to lead Dowling. Leading receiver for the Maroons, Jacob Scow, 2 catches, 42 yards and a touchdown. Matt Kerner, 4 catches for 35 yards. He was kind of the go-to guy for Cataldo. Trey Wilson, 3 catches for 27 yards and a touchdown. Hank Brown, 3 catches, 20 yards. And Curtis Horace, 1 catch for 13. So that's some of the numbers there. Rushing for the Maroons, Hauschilt, 9 carries, 33 yards. We mentioned Davis. Rashad with 11 carries, 71 yards, and 3 touchdowns tonight. Ian Middleton, 3 carries for 20 yards. Zach Smith, 2 carries for 12 yards. And Cataldo, 1 carry for -3 yards. As Johnny is getting
He's
set.
ready.
He's ready. We'll get to him.
It's the guy. They look a little cold.
Get a little cold?
Yeah.
Johnny,
they want to get going.
Take it away, John Chido. Who do you got?
Andrew, congratulations on the first-round playoff win tonight. Boy, start of the game, what a weapon you were, placing Sioux City East inside the 10-yard line, not once, not twice. And then the nice kick there, the third kick, you guys were able to recover the fumble. But talk about things that maybe you saw something in film this week that you guys worked on, or how you execute all 3 of those.
We just come into practice every single day with a lot of energy. Every single day, my Coach Rame, he always focuses on the little things. And it's not really much about power, but it's more about down, out, tilt, and lock, good hit on the ball, and just focusing. So,
Matt or Mark?
Well, I'll tell you what, Andrew, you've got a genius there in Mr. Rami, because Coach Rami's been doing it a long time. He had a lot of kickers. What are some of his favorite words of wisdom that he passed along to you guys each night? I want to hear a couple.
The one I hear the most is focus. Number 2 is down, out, tilt, and lock. And number 3 is go get them.
Yeah. Well, you guys are certainly prepared, because there's quite a bit of you that do that, and you've had quite the year. I mean, Johnny's right when he talked about setting up the team for the opponent for poor defense and poor field position. You've done that, especially with the opening kickoff. You kicked it right where they had to return it to.
Go ahead and say that again, Mark. You're cutting out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, you kicked it the opening kickoff, Andrew, right at the goal line, and they had to return it, and they did. And your special teams helped you out.
Yeah, shout out to the kickoff team. I put the ball down there, and they make the tackle, and they got him pinned back deep.
So, Andrew, this is Mr. Mainring. It's fun to watch you place the football. And how much practice time do you spend on placing that ball in those specific spots for kickoffs?
Every day at practice. Monday is PAT specialty day. Tuesday is just another work day. Every single day we're working on kickoffs, PATs, field goals, just placing the ball where we want it.
But it is quite a weapon as you change the field and set the tone, and then you should get an assist, shouldn't you? When he fumbled that kickoff, you should get an assist on that, shouldn't you? On that one in the second half.
I mean, Ducharme got the ball. I'll give the credit to him there. Yeah.
Hey, let's give a shout out, Andrew, to your long snappers, Wyatt Jones and Mason Beaver, and how about your holder, Jack Jepson, on a damaged hand? He's still in there.
Yeah, great to have him back. He always gets the ball down. He always gets the ball upright, positioned really well. Laces are always forward. And then shout out to Wyatt and Mason, getting the snap there fast, getting it there accurately to Jep.
Andrew, thanks for visiting with us on a cold night, and best of luck in the rest of the playoffs.
Yep, thank you.
Andrew Schumacher, senior kicker for Dowling Catholic, and boy, what a year he's had. And there's quite a little mosh pit down there.
He's got some pressure on him there when he's answering that.
Yeah, I know Johnny's getting Mr. Hilligus set up for his interview, so we'll give him a moment. Dowling the winner tonight in the first round, 45-0, and over Sioux City East. Lucas Hilligus, another senior, with John Chido on the field. Go ahead, Johnny.
Well, congratulations on the victory tonight. And, boy, you were in there on some tackles in the second half, and it was just fantastic watching you pursue on the ball and how aggressive downhill, and can't say enough about your play tonight.
I guess all I can say is that I've been training for this and working towards this and just having fun out on the field, Nothing better than getting some good tackles,
Matt or Mark?
I got a question. Lucas, my question for you is, what is a week of practice like for you? And talking about the work that you have to put in to help make the team what it is.
Well, so I play both sides of the ball. I play fullback on offense and then linebacker on defense. And I'm kind of more of a scout player, so I'm trying to give the starters a good look. And, we get our conditioning in Mondays, Tuesdays, and then, we just ball out, keep the energy all week. And for playoffs, we're having the sophomores come up play with varsity, so it's fun. It's fun teaching them and just having fun with them.
Well, your leadership is appreciated. It's so important on those scout team days to get a young man like you with a lot of energy to keep the team fired up and make everybody play better every snap on during the week.
I appreciate that.
Well, Lucas, best of luck to you. I know round one is in the books. You're waiting the winner of Johnson-Ankeny next week. And as Mr. Mandering said, a week of practice. You guys will have to either get hooked up with the Johnson playbook or the Ankeny playbook, correct?
Yes, sir. But, hey, go Maroons.
There you go.
Go Maroons.
Thanks, Lucas. One of 42 seniors on this Dowling group, and Johnny had two of them tonight with Andrew Schumacher and Lucas Hilligus. Again, Dowling the winner, 45-0 over Sioux City East, and Coach Tom Wilson is set to join Johnny on the field, and I think they're ready. Go ahead, Johnny.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the first-round playoff victory tonight, and what a great start to a ball game. Special teams really came out strong, and you guys took advantage of it offensively, and I think you guys scored every time you had the ball there in the first half, and defensive came up with some big stops to allow that offense to keep going.
Yeah, it was really a team effort, and we got the early turnover, and then, things just started to seem to roll from there. But able to get a lot of kids in the game, would always like to get more, but we've got a lot of kids, especially older kids, that have worked hard, and so we wanted to give them an opportunity to get in. And I thought Hoschilt went in and ran the ball hard, and I thought there were some guys that up there blocking for him that wasn't our ones, and I thought they were moving some people, so that was obviously good to see. And defensively, we really did a nice job all night.
Matt or Mark?
Well, Coach, again, congratulations. Always good to get that first round. But you talked in our pregame a little bit about, staying balanced, taking care of the football, and staying away from the turnovers. Where your defense caused a lot of turnovers tonight. There were some kids all over that, but your offense, Rashad had 3 touchdown rushing, and then Dante throwing the ball twice to Curtis Horace and the other kid named Wilson on the team.
Yeah, it was good to stay balanced. We were running the ball early, and we felt that we wanted to get Dante into a rhythm, and I thought he was outstanding. Really didn't have to use him with his feet, but really thought our kids handled it well, did a good job. We were able to mix up the run and the pass, and got Smith in there for some runs, and Ian Middleton in there for some runs. And I'm not sure I've ever put 3 two-point conversions together on the first 3 scores before, but somehow it happened tonight.
I got a question building off that, Coach. What formation was that? Did you dig that up from when you were in high school? What is that formation?
It looks similar to that. Well, it's just something that Van Veen and I dream up and steal from other people, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
That's the Jasper County coming out of Matt.
There you go. I just want to talk, we talked a little bit this week, Coach, about Matt Kerner, and all of a sudden he shined tonight, didn't he?
Well, he's got that capability. There's no doubt about it. Part of it is he plays the same position as Horace, but we've put some packages in for Matthew, and he's a good athlete. He's a threat to block a punt, and then we'll put him back there when we go 2 back there, and he's pretty good there too. So we'll continue to build on that. He's a good player. He's done a good job. To be honest with you, I think he's a diamond in the rough yet.
Well, Coach, we're kind of watching your next opponent possibly, and right now Ankeny leading Johnston 14-9. Just under 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Johnston driving deep from their own territory. But your thoughts on playing Ankeny again, or even playing Johnston for the first time this year?
Yeah, I can't control that. Ankeny's a good team. Obviously, we would know them a little bit more. Johnston, to be quite frank, I think has as much talent as anybody in the state. So it's going to be a tall task for us and a challenge for us, but you'll be in the state quarterfinals. That's the way it should be.
Okay, Coach. Congratulations tonight. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
Warm up.
You have Tom Wilson, the head football coach at Dowling Catholic, visiting with John Chido on the sidelines. Following Dowling's win tonight, 45-0 over Sioux City East. The Maroons advance to play either Johnston or Ankeny next Friday night here at Williams Stadium. And right now, Ankeny leading 14-9 as there are under 4 minutes to go in Ankeny. So we'll take a final break of the night. We'll come back. Got a lot to wrap up. A lot of things going on this weekend. Today was girls and boys cross country. Congratulations to Tim Ives and the Dowling boys cross country team, state champs under Coach Ives once again. The Dowling girls also up there, and they all ran in this tremendous cold weather. Hats off to them. Don't forget pancake breakfast this Sunday, and followed by the open house a week from Sunday. But we'll catch up with all that. In our final thoughts, we'll take a 1-minute break and return to Williams Stadium following Dowling's win tonight, 45-0 over Sioux City East here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. We all want to live our best life. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care when and where you need it. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting listeners to Christ every day with people like you.
Hi, this is Ed Sitzman with Sacred Heart Parish in West Des Moines. Thanks for listening to Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
The annual Dowling Catholic High School Pancake Breakfast is Sunday, October 29th at the Varied Industries Building at the Iowa State Fairgrounds from 7:30 a.m. to noon. This time-honored tradition raises money to support student activities. Learn more at iowacatholicradio.com.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And we're back here at Williams Stadium. Mark Hemedale, Matt Maindring, John Chido, following Dowling's win 45-0 over Sioux City East. And congratulations to Maroons. They'll advance to next Friday night. We'll be back here, 6:30 pregame with kickoff at 7 o'clock Dowling. And we think we'll be Ankeny as the Hawks just took over the football. And I think just got to grind the clock out. So that's not final yet, but
starting to look more final.
It is.
And the other one, that as we go through the scores. Southeast Polk is winning easily over Linmar Marion. Kennedy was leading Cedar Falls, kind of running down the list here. A couple upsets. The Ankeny holding on would not be an upset, but Pleasant Valley is getting beat right now, 24-14 by Valley. And Valley's one of those teams, always in the postseason and always strong, and it looks like they're going to pull the upset right now. And then the other upset, I think, would be, Waukee Northwest is just Ankeny Centennial is laying on them right now, and it is, I believe it's 35-0 at this point that Centennial is up on Waukee Northwest.
So both Ankeny teams possibly advancing, as Ankeny's in the final minutes leading Johnson, but the Hawks have the ball, and then Centennial with apparent win. That's a pretty credit to both Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial advancing to the quarterfinals.
And it says something about CIML, how the football is here in the heart of the metro, and it's tough to get out of here. It's kind of like Northwest Iowa in 2A football. You got to go through Central Line, West Line, everybody else, and good football.
Well, tonight, Dowling Catholic, led by Rashad Davis's 3 touchdown runs of 5, 2, and 1 yard. Dante Cataldo, a pair of touchdown passes to Curtis Horace and to Trey Wilson. And then Jake Scow, a touchdown reception from quarterback Parker DePhillips late in the second half, as the Maroons lead at 45-0. And Dowling will advance, and we think we'll play Ankeny in a rematch of a game that was played earlier this year, a game in which Dowling did win. But we could see that rematch, or probably will see that rematch this coming Friday night. It was week number 3 that Dowling played Ankeny. Right after the Maroons win over Valley, they defeated Ankeny 35-14 at Valley Stadium back on September 8th. So we'll see the rematch almost 6-8 weeks later.
Yeah. And it's, and you see how each team has evolved and grown through the years. So there's so many games and so much time between, week 3 and now that the changes happen in these teams, and you don't know the injuries and everything else, and it's about depth at this point in the season. The thing for Dowling tonight is, they had concerns at quarterback and the depth at quarterback, and then to see Cataldo only have to play a half, and DePhillips comes in the game for Jepson. Jepson's able to do his job. First job is getting the ball down for Schumacher, and then but they want to protect him a little bit too. And then DePhillips comes in and runs the offense for about a half and a little bit more, and did a good job. And
I just noticed that Jepson was still doing the holding.
Yeah, he is.
That's amazing, and
well,
credit to him.
It was a dislocation, not a break.
But the picture that I saw, it was
not cool.
It was not.
No.
And for him to be able to come back and suit up and be able to do what he did, that's exceptional.
Yeah.
Well, John, thanks for being on the field tonight. That's never easy. I know Dr. Zachary stayed warm. I noticed he looked all right.
Well, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I was dressed pretty good. It's just fidgeting with the little receiver. It kept going in and out, and I think I replaced the batteries 3 different times because when it gets cold like that. But other than that, and being close proximity to the press box, took a little adjusting to do, and a lot of times I was talking to you guys, and I wasn't even really was able to see what was going on there, but kind of could hear reactions from the sideline and stuff like that. But
a lot of back and forth. A lot of players got in. You like to see that in the playoffs, and maybe some well-rested kids. Didn't see a lot of kids in the second half as far as starters, and I found out we're not going to be the scouting report for the opponent, so we're kind of leave that up in the air. But what a night it was! A lot of players and some tremendous interviews. But it's moving on. It's win the first round, move on to the second round, and next Friday night, the last outdoor night of high school football before the semis go into the indoors. And hopefully, it looks like it'll be a Dowling-Ankeny rematch. And John, that's always interesting when you play a team twice in a basketball. In a basketball season, it's common, sometimes 3 times. Football, it's not that common.
No, it's not, and it is tough playing a team twice. I mean, the good thing is what you're getting. You're going to have little wrinkles on both sides that are always going to be sprinkled in there throughout the season that both teams have put in on offense and in different defensive looks and stuff like that. But that's part of football, and which makes it exciting. And you're in the quarterfinals. It's going to be tough. And like Matt mentioned, around here, it's in any given night, a team could step up and win a ball game. There's just so many good teams around the metro.
There really are. Yeah,
they certainly are. Well, Matt, big weekend. It started today up at Fort Dodge with the girls and boys state cross country. Congratulations to Coach Ives. Well, he's a coach for both the boys and girls, but the Dowling boys winning the state title.
Yeah, they did an outstanding job up there, and he is built what has been built with Coach Wilson. I mean, just so much, of a foundation that every year it just continues to reload athletes and put them in there and excel and maximize their talents. And I think that's what's fun to watch. And today was a tough day for the Dowling community and a tough day at the high school. And always, we are a community, and we, a lot of prayers and blessings go out to a lot of people as we, pause to reflect on things and for our students and everybody else and our faculty. It was a tough walk today, and we've made it through and just beginning to walk on that journey. But then you take these things that are happening away from the day and gives a chance for kids to focus on different things. Like right now we have the play going on, Puffs. They were doing their Friday night performance back at the high school. I'll be at the one tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they do another performance tomorrow night. And then volleyball next week. You talk about number one team in cross country boys, number one girls volleyball team goes down and is going to take on Valley on Monday and at noon. And so, pay attention, watch. These girls are fun to watch. I mean, the game I lost track of my time. I was in the gym watching the game Tuesday night, I believe, when they beat Marr. And just a dominant performance by those girls. And Coach Wiskus has them playing their best volleyball right now. And
12 state appearances.
Yeah.
12 state appearances in a row for Coach Wiskus,
taking
the Dowling volleyball team. And they're the number one seed, taking on AC at Valley noon at in Coralville at the Extreme Center, brand new Extreme Center, beautiful facility.
It is. And just to clarify, I know we sent out a note earlier this week, but the parents can sign their kids out to go to the event on Monday. We're going to take attendance there as best we can, and we have a way to do that, so we're going to do that. And then Wednesday would be the same drill, and hoping that the girls continue to win and play Thursday for the state championship. That would be a no-school day if they're playing for a state title. So we'd want to get as many people down there as possible to cheer the girls on. So it's a big week. All Saints Mass is on Wednesday, as we have that, and so just a bunch of things going on. Pancake breakfast tomorrow morning at 7:30, or Sunday morning. Sunday morning, we'll be there flipping pancakes early.
You guys have a lot going on.
We have a couple things going on.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. 7:30 to 1 at the Varied Industries Building at the Iowa State Fairgrounds Sunday. Pancake breakfast. I think we're going to try to get there before Mass, so I'll be on the early shift, I believe. And then don't forget, a week from this Sunday, we had the folks talking about the open house, Ethan Stanley, Macy Harnden, a couple students coming up here with Mrs. Hilligus.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny talked to the son. We
Lucas,
talked to the mom. We
Yeah.
talked to Lucas. We talked to Alicia. So thanks to them. And so, a full plate.
Yeah, that's amazing how much is going on in the Dowling community and being able to keep track of everything and keep moving forward. It's just fantastic. And pancake breakfast, you're flipping?
No, I'm not flipping. I'm just gonna eat. I'm just gonna go there.
Get there early.
I'm a consumer, Johnny. I'm a consumer.
You get there early. You might have Coach Wilson and I usually work an early shift with Coach Meeks, and my wife will be there to help me.
That's an all-star cast right there.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know on the cooking side. I don't know.
So, well, in closing, before we wrap this up, and I know we have people in the parking lot. Well, the line's not that bad right now, but I'll tell you what. Mark Scigliano gave the pregame talk to the players yesterday. And he brought up something from his head coach, the 8th grade head coach that John Scheidel mentioned to him. When these kids were 8th grade, we're talking about the seniors. When they were 8th graders, said, hey, this is just one chapter in your life. What's your final chapter going to be here at Dowling and your senior year? I'll let you finish the story, Mr. Scheidel, because I thought that was very appropriate when one of your assistant coaches, by the way, he was assistant coach of the year Mark Scigliano a few years ago, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You got to speak before the team tomorrow. That's a big honor.
Yeah, and Skig does a great job with his speeches, and you know it was all of the coaching staff that came up with this, and we did it. Started it 3 years ago, and we talked about your 8th grade year is your first chapter to begin your journey through high school, and how do you want each chapter to end? And it's in the kids. Kids can determine that by their work ethic on and off the field, building relationships, teamwork, that team first message that we send out, and be able to see these seniors when we kind of started that now be seniors, and like you said, Mark, it's their last chapter of their football season, and Skig mentioned that at the dinner, and it just puts in perspective how fast things go.
That's
it
right.
It just flies by, and just take advantage of every moment, and live life, love each other, have faith, and good things will happen.
My point was Skiggs repeated what he said to him. That's a great message, by the way. So, attaboy, Mr. Chido.
And it's those moments, and just like this afternoon when and every Friday afternoon when the football team goes in after school and has mass together, and it's those moments that you remember in your career, whatever sport you're participating in, whatever activity you're participating in. We know academics are important, but the faith life and the academics and the activities and things that kids are involved in, those are the things that they're going to remember.
Absolutely.
And those are the things that you talk about when
you're exactly right. And I remember the day you come back from the game, and the first thing you do is you go to the statue and you pray, and just those that moment, whether it's 5 minutes spending time to get together, kneel down at the statue, say a prayer, and you always remember those times, and it's something special the Dowling community has, and that faith that goes along with everything else. It's just a neat experience.
It certainly is. Well, we appreciate that, and I wanted you to share that today, Johnny. I started it, you finished it. Hey, it is a final now at Ankeny. The Hawks defeat Johnson 21-9, so Dowling will meet Ankeny next Friday night. We'll be here 6:30 pregame, and kickoff 7 o'clock, the rematch, Dowling and Ankeny. It'll be the quarterfinals of the Class 5A district football. So, gentlemen, thanks for everything, and our thanks to our guest, Trevor, for sitting in, former Dowling. He is a Dowling, not former. He's a Dowling grad.
Dowling alum, yeah.
Dowling alum. So, Trevor, thank you very much for sitting in and job shadowing us. And I was going to have him take over. I was going to try to hit the concession stand and see what's going on down there. But, Matt, it's been a busy week.
You bet.
And we'll keep a lot of folks in the Dowling community in our prayers as the week moves on. And we'll talk to you both. Anything you want to mention? You want to do anything with elections or anything like that, John?
No, we're away from there. This is great times right now.
Stays in the back seat.
Yep.
Okay. Won't bring that up. Yep. I'm not bringing up the uniforms either. I did that in game one. I didn't even make it to game two.
It's been quiet, Mark.
Yeah, I don't know. We can always stir that up, Matt.
No, I'm good.
All right, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Thanks.
Matt Mandry, John Chido, part of the broadcast team here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And that'll wrap it up. Some thank yous involved. Thanks to the folks here at Des Moines East and Grandview University for letting us have their facilities. They'll be home tomorrow, I guess, for Heart of America Conference football. So we thanked Joe Woodley at Grandview University, the head coach, tremendous football team, still undefeated, hasn't lost a conference game since he took over. That is just amazing. So hats off to him. And our thanks here to the folks at Sioux City East and Mike Winkelpleck, the head football coach, and his staff, B.J. Cook, the athletic director. Appreciate that. Our next broadcast will be the second round of the Class 5A playoffs. Next Friday night, Dowling will take on Ankeny. Pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Join us for the broadcast here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. For John Chido, for Matt Mandring, for Brady Grimm, our studio producer, this is Mark Amadeo saying goodnight and so long. Final score for the final time, Dowling Catholic 45, Sioux City East nothing, and wishing you a safe and blessed, faith-filled weekend.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Klein Electric, Catholic United Financial, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.